using your hole. Yeah, I love using your hole. I'm gonna use your little asshole in your mouth, because you know what it is. It's a 3-hole day.
Oh,
Fucking railed. Bitches getting railed. Fuck!
Fuck!
Fuck! God, where are you going? Baby. Yeah, face fuck. I'm dropping load. Yeah. Oh, up in your fucking mouth. Gonna paint his town red. Gonna paint his wife white.
It's Chopper Reed here. Now it occurred to me there might be kiddies watching, yeah? Hello, kiddies. Hello.
I got the people backstage. I could see one of them. Backstage. He was freaking out. He was not. Oh, it was so worth it. Anyway, hello everybody. How the fuck we doing? It's that time of the year again. Halo Season 2. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, look, we're going to jump into it. We have 2 episodes to go over, unfortunately, but we're going to make it fun. Trust me, we are going to make a fun time out of this. I have some people backstage to bring in, and there'll probably at least one more jumping in as we go. So first things first, we have my good friend, the lovely, the adorable, the amazing Lady Gravemaster.
That was awful. Hello and gross. Like, what the actual frickety frack, dude? Like, I don't, like, ew. And hello, chat. You're lovely and wonderful. And I am sorry for Lethal. I am so sorry.
I made a group chat on Twitter so everyone can get the link at once, and I just got the picture of the Cortana. It just says "cuck reaction." Oh boy! And backstage, a very handsome motherfucker with a really cool shirt. Boys and girls, it's John. Hi, John.
You're muted.
There we go. Ah, well, I was going to have a fuck up at first. Hey, everybody. John Connors, the man behind the monkey. Pleasure to see you all. Happy to be here.
Well, did you at least find that opening part funny? Nah, he was freaking out.
Just a freaking... You're just getting me fast back, so that's just stupid show, man. Ridiculous season 1. It's just... We were here to watch Halo. We didn't come to see Emmanuel in space, and that just drove me to a wall seeing all that. Like, why? Why would you get soap opera writers to make your show, make your plot threads, and have these scenes like this? It's just ridiculous. We'll get into it.
We absolutely will. All right, now, before I say and get everyone's initial takes on it, we got to say hi to the chat, because without you, this is all pointless. First up, Mara is here, the message saying, it's a shame we never got a Halo show. What? You don't like fucking cheeks? Go, let me use your hole. Okay, obviously that's not what he actually said. But...
Silver timeline.
Silver timeline.
Blabs. Silver bullet to the heart.
Blabs wants the clip. All right, here you go, Blabs.
I like to butt fuck fine ladies. Will I choke hold a bitch? Well, maybe.
There you go, Blabs. Jigger, here? How's Master Chief's adventures going? Not good.
Not good at all, buddy.
Not good.
Somewhere between a flaming wreck of a 44-car train and like every horrible nightmare you ever had as a child from Freddy Krueger. Like,
yeah, somewhere between that ballpark.
I'll give them this much. They're putting a better foot forward than the last season with the first 2 episodes.
I'm going to make you defend that so hard when we're done saying hello to the chat.
Hello, Gravy. Last Toxic Males here. Moz.
Moza, you dog.
Yeah, fuck.
Roderick's here. Hello, Roderick. Chigawakata. This is so Halo. Please get this off my screen, demon. Soul Assassin's here. Mike Hill. She's a peeping Tom. Rolando A. Ramirez just says, fuck.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yes, they did.
Mhm. No one
Nice,
stopped-
bro. At least there's someone that enjoys it.
Oh,
that's pretty
fucking
cool.
D-Day Direwolf.
How could I be having fun when it did my boy James Vandy again?
Ugh. Mm.
Nice.
You're not
put
going to
a
see him
face
at least.
Holy shit, the hair. Nice hair.
Right?
Joe
Right?
Connors with
Oh,
the
thank you.
Brodius t-shirt. Yeah, he's one of us, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
One of us. Nice hair, John.
Thank you,
Jolly's
John.
here. Brandon, what the fuck? I agree. Switching my ODST avatar. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Have I
Yeah,
missed
boy.
anyone? The great Sipme is here. Hello, Sipme. Have I missed anyone? And Moz is here as well. The legend, John Connors. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I've obviously done my review. I was very negative towards it, and I stand by everything I said. But,
Yes.
you know what, John? Seeing as how you're the one that everyone's interested in at the moment. Normally it's her husband, but okay, today it's you. What did you think of? Just give us your basic overview.
I mean, I'll give it to Lady Gravemaster. I had to shut my brain off to actually enjoy the points that I did enjoy. When I turned my brain on, I started seeing a couple of plot holes and the issues that are coming up, and the threads that the stories that they want to tell. I'm hesitant to want to like them, but so far it's not like horrible. It's not disgusting. There's no like. Well, there's some things I can keep going. There's a lot of different things, but overall, it's the first 2 episodes is better than what we got in the first season.
So you're kind of lukewarm, but you're very
I'm very lukewarm, but it might be very much the apathy because over the years watching, even since 2015, watching, as you can see behind me, I've got the Halo 5 Guardians. I've put my money on that pre-order and was heavily disappointed. And I don't know, since over the years, the apathy's kind of set in. It's only been like in the last few years and playing the games with you and Oz and such that really rekindled my love for the game and series.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well, what about you, Lady G? I get the feeling you're not as positive, even though that was pretty negative.
I need to know what parts you enjoyed. Like because here's the thing. Like at no point, okay, I'll put it this way. Not bad does not mean good.
Yeah.
So like something can still be not as bad as something else and still not be good. So but you also added to that you enjoyed parts of it. And like,
well, I'm a guy, I like the action scenes. Like I said, I should shut my brain off for that. But it's to get into that. For a few moments, oh boy, some of the moments I can give it to them. There are scenes in the first episode that they put in all their effort to make it look right. But then there's other scenes further beyond. It's like, where's the time? Why didn't you put the time and effort to clean that up? Like, there's one scene in the second episode just with which one is it there? The other chick, the one that's having the Wounded Warrior plot thread in this one. It just the way that it just CGI'd with the background and her there, it's just disgusting. And it's supposed to be a high budget show. Come on now.
High budget. Do you know what they get per episode? And Lethal can call me out on this if I am wrong, but I have it in my review. I broke down, I did the math. If this is as many episodes as I said it was going to be, they have $21.3 million per episode. So there is no excuse. Lethal's like, I don't know, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders. So we can round down and say 20 mil an episode. Okay?
Yeah.
See, I just wish these executives would be honest and they would just say, look, we're doing fucking cocaine out of a hooker's butthole, man. But just be honest. I just appreciate honesty.
Because, like, the thing is, you can't, there's no way, like, looking at this objectively, and then you watch something, and see, here's the shitty part for these studios. Godzilla -1 was just in theaters. It just cleared 100 million in the US. So many, like, tons of people went to go see it regardless of the language barrier.
And black and white
They
too.
had a $10.2 million budget. And And look what they were able to accomplish. And put together. At no point was the CGI so terrible that you wanted to physically like rip the screen off the wall or like, you know, throw your desktop, whatever. So like, because obviously you're watching it in theaters, but like on this, I watched it on my computer, and like there was a point where I was like shaking and like wanted to chuck my screen because I was so pissed off because it's so lazy. And there's a thing where, you know, especially if you go back and you look at like old sci-fi and old fantasy, you can tell the difference in the special and practical effects. But if the story's good enough, like this is true of tons of Star Trek episodes. If the story is good enough, your imagination can take over where the CGI couldn't, especially like 30, 35, 60, 40 years ago. Like now, when they're bragging about how much the first season was streamed, when they're bragging about how it's the Paramount Plus's like flagship and how much they spend per episode, they have no excuses.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They don't have any excuses on this, and you know
Well, when it comes to excuses, we have a black man to talk about him.
Huh?
Hey,
Big Mike.
You're muted.
Who's muted?
Hey, I'm here.
Everybody.
Sorry, I'm running a little late. It's completely on me. So,
How you doing, Mike?
yeah. Well, you know, I was doing good. I just don't understand why Paramount wants to destroy the Halo franchise.
Well,
I don't
you're
get
just
it.
in time, though, Mike. It's your turn, ironically, to tell us your just quick thoughts of the first 2 episodes.
It's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber, only the bad version of it, when I think they couldn't possibly get any dumber. They go and do this, but they don't redeem anything. In fact, they've made it worse. I thought they brought in all these new writers, and they're like, "Yo, the new direction of all of this is going to be great. Like, we're really doubling down on this stuff." And I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, you guys doubled down on all the bad things."
I kind of agree. All right, let's just go ahead and get started. Thank you, chat, for being here. We're going to get started. Shout out to all the channel members. You guys are amazing. So,
Real quick.
as Mike says, they come in and they're all, what?
Real quick, I do want to say this because I just want to point something out about Paramount. You know, they also did the same thing to Star Trek. A lot of people hate the new Star Trek. They did Picard seasons 1 and 2. They listened with Picard season 3. They fired the entire writing staff. They brought in a new guy that was a Star Trek fan. And even people that don't like it, I get it. But for some people, it was a massive improvement on the writing, in the lore, and all of the, you know, they retcon things. They completely got rid of other characters. So they know what their fans want. It's not like Paramount Plus is not listening at all. It's just when they said, "Hey, we're listening about Halo," now we're here.
So
go
with
ahead.
that, the opening scene is him naked.
Oh my god!
Also, the creepy stare is just
Why?
like ugh.
There's no nips though. At least we don't get nips.
Well, here's the thing too, and
I've
I
been
know
hosting it on the
this.
panel.
I know they were probably thinking this. It's obvious that he worked out and like lost a little bit of like he's like a little bit more cut now. It's almost like they were like, "Hey, we're trying to like make him look sexier and sleeker." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't want to see his fucking face." God.
Oh man.
No,
First
I
thing,
said
big bulb.
so his like, I do not think that he has a good body. Like, I'm not saying like
me.
I'm not saying he's not strong, and I'm not saying that he has. He's obviously put work in. That is not my point. My point is he looks like a dude who used to do steroids and got off of them, and is now trying to do it naturally. And your skin never recovers from that. Especially like your pec muscles, your pec skin, it never recovers. So it looks like a lot of guys that because like when I was in a lot of the guys would be on stuff like they usually call it like roid light, but even some of the trainers would be on steroids and then they'd get off of them and you could tell because they have like that flub that never goes away, that flap.
Mm-hmm.
So the start is like it follows up the ending of season 1, which everyone's fucking ranted how stupid that whole ending in season was. But if you remember, he technically kind of dies,
Not kind of.
and that's
He
how
did.
Cortana takes over
Yeah.
his body. He's a zombie. But now they're just like, oh, he's on the brink of death. It's, no, he fucking died. That was
Yeah.
how she was able to take over the body.
Yep.
Sweep it under the rug. They won't notice. They won't notice.
Well,
And
like, dude, imagine if like even once again, it's not that hard. Imagine if they open it and it's like the back of Chief's like body, and we see like some of the augments, and like his head is shaved
cuts
or
and shit.
something. Like, yeah, and then you see his face. Okay, like we don't want to see his face, but it's like such a subtle change that you could be like, hey, we're showing off, you know, a Spartan out of his armor, not this guy's fucking face, because that's really what it comes down to every
Yeah.
time. That's what
We
we've
see
mainly complained about. Like, we've seen other parts of Master Chief, but imagine they had started in a different way. But no, they have to show off his fucking face every chance they get. And his
See-
dick, apparently, because here he is
And
naked.
other studios have done that before to show it in trailer commercials. If I remember correctly, one of the Reach trailers that did that for the Spartan 3.
Yeah,
the
they have
whole
Carter.
build-up.
They show Carter.
Yeah, they have
all-
Carter
yeah.
completely build up, and the only time you see his face, like the full front of his face, is when it's reflected against his helmet. And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
But that's doing it in a way that's respectful. This to me, the first time when it popped up, and it was his face and he's staring right at, I literally went, I was like, well, fuck you too then. Cause like this
Yeah.
just feels like the studio saying, fuck you.
Fuck
to the
you
fans.
too, you punk bitches.
This guy is published rival will always be Porn Stash to me.
Yeah.
From Orange is the New Black. He'll always be that character, even though he's done many other roles. He's still Porn Stash. I just see that mouth.
And then to John's point before, how they try to just sweep everything under the rug is the first thing they talk about is in order to save him, they have to cut the Cortana connection to his head, because in the Silver timeline, she's drilled directly into his head.
She's drilled into his
So
head.
fucking stupid.
So that's how they get him. That's how they get her out of his body. But I'm sorry, I don't buy it, because he was dead
Yes.
in the last episode. He was dead.
Mhm.
Like, that's the whole point of how
Yeah.
she can take over his body.
Yep. So his consciousness isn't rivaling her.
They made
And they
that
even have
very
a part
clear.
at the
Exactly.
one of the actual last scenes is one of them going, "Is that you? Like, is it a you?" And he just turns around,
Yeah,
and doesn't
that's-
say anything.
That's Queef Chick.
Yeah. Master
Like-
Queef. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chief.
so
Yeah.
That's
Well, no,
what-
and like the thing too is this completely undermines, like, it's not my favorite game of the series, but Halo 4, when he has to leave Cortana,
Yeah.
like if she was drilled into his head, like she could just come with, but like that, like they're taking all of the best parts,
Yes.
And-
the bet. Yeah.
butchering them.
That is like at the core of all of Halo, and this is why I like Halo 4. I know a lot of other people didn't, and I get a lot of reasons why people didn't like Halo 4. But at the core of it, it's not even necessarily a romance, but it's this weird, deep, loving, intimate connection that he has with Cortana that you get from the very first game till then, that kind of carries the emotional weight throughout the series, on top of everything else that you're going
Mhm.
through, and like all the characters that you're experiencing and watching them go through this massive war. But like the fact that this is what they think Cortana and his relationship is like it's basically a hostage situation, and now they're like even retconning that. They're like, well, I know that we told you how it worked, but that wasn't really how it worked.
So I don't want to get too deep into the Halo 4 argument. I
That's fair. I understand.
I like the campaign, but the gameplay can fuck right off.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I think when it comes to this whole humanizing Chief, Halo 4 is the best one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would give it
They
that. Yes.
don't turn him into a crybaby or anything
No.
like that. He just has moments where he just feels like
Mortal.
down and
He
sad
feels-
and mortal.
he feels
yeah, pushes
mortal.
forward. He always pushes
Yeah,
forward.
that part. That's what I
Which
liked about
makes
Halo
him-
4. Yeah, I get the gameplay.
and
I
it
100%
makes
agree.
Exactly.
him, yeah, it makes Chief even more incredible, because you get those moments where you realize he is just a mortal man and he's still doing all this stuff. Like,
I can't remember who
regardless,
it was that said it, but they compared it. They're like, it's kind of like Batman how like he'll have a moment where he's like, I'm just so fucking exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it rips your heart out when you see a hero like that who's been, you see so, 99% of the time you see him being that heroic person that you aspire, that you love, that you aspire to be, and you see them at a broken moment. It's like seeing your father cry for the first time. It's heart-wrenching. It's just like, you don't understand why, but it's just like, it's this dread that just sinks into your gut.
All right, Mike Hill with the $5. Thank you very much. The only thing I enjoyed was the fight at the beginning. We will get to that. Where
they apparently blew their entire budget.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like with these first two episodes, they put their best foot forward. Not that it's saying much.
All right, so we go from that, then we jump forward to Sanctuary, where they kind of, long story short, because of they feel like they have to. Well, the UNSC feels like they have to treat Chief with baby gloves now, so they've got Silver Team, not Blue Team, helping with UNSC evacuate a village, and I've actually seen a bit of debate, so I'm curious. Oh, this part's fucking stupid. Vanek, the dude that acts like Chief in the first season, the black dude that acts way more like Chief.
Yeah.
He likes to watch animal shows now.
As Fred Trudeau.
I know.
I call him Fred Trudeau.
Well, I
think Paramount probably heard the criticism of Vanek in the first season, where they were like, "Oh shit!" Like people are saying he acts more like Chief. Okay, we got to make him we got to give him like a sensitive fucking side or something like that, and get points with PETA while we're at it.
Well, that's the way he says it. He just sounds like the typical dumb black guy. I like animal shows.
To me, it was like it felt like another one of those make him less intimidating. It's another black man being less intimidating on screen. So 100%. You got to make him love that like Terry animals. Well, and I'll give it to him a little bit because of what they had in the last season when this was only in the silver timeline that they all owned pets for a certain amount of time, and Vanek was particularly attached to his pit. He had a Göttingen mini pig, and he was particularly attached to that. So you could kind of you can see the weave into this, him wanting to learn more about watching the Discovery Channel essentially.
Yeah, but it's also really fucking stupid.
It is stupid overall. It is stupid. But
I want to point some. And this is the thing. I'm not saying they listened to Lethal, but I am saying when they open up with him and Chief speaks for the first time, did you notice that his voice is way gruffer now, and he even does the whole on me thing. Yeah. Which is something that that was one of your biggest criticisms in the beginning, is that he did not sound like Master Chief, even when he's in the armor. And it does feel like they almost heard that criticism a little bit. I'm not saying they were listening to Lethal, but I'm just saying.
They were. I know you're fucking watching, you bitch. Pablo Schreiber.
They listen. I'll say this real quick because I know we want to get through this, but this is a thing that people do not realize. They have entire teams of people that just scour through social media and YouTube, 100%. And they watch all of this stuff. They watch Lethal stuff. They watch all of our videos because they have to come to a consensus on where is the criticism coming from? What can we do to get ahead of it? What can we do? They do listen to all of this. They just don't care. That's really what it comes down to. Because, I don't know, to me, they obviously heard that criticism and tried to make him gruffer. And, they even opened that scene with him, being wordless at first. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Halo did not trend at all this time. Nope. Not at all. It didn't even blip on any social media platform. It didn't cause
coming out.
Yeah, it didn't blip anything. Last year, if you go back and you look at why Halo trended, it was all put his helmet, he took his helmet off. Why the fuck is his helmet off? What the fuck is this? It was all negative, right? And then you'd scroll through and you'd see it was all this criticism, all this stuff,
Cheeks.
And then Master Cheeks. And then you'd get to you'd scroll down a little bit more, and then all of a sudden you'd see accounts that have they've been around for 3 months. They aren't following anyone. they have like 2 followers, and they have millions of views, thousands of retweets, and hundreds of likes. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Because if this was as pop, because like I remember one of the tweets, because we talked about it on one of our review episodes last year, but like one of the tweets literally said, if Paramount keeps doing with its IPs what it's doing with Halo, it's going to be the top dog or something like that when it comes to entertainment. And we were like, what the actual fuck? Like, who typed that? Because that's not true. That is not real. And like even the bots could not get Halo to make a blip on any social media.
I think they had like a really strong first episode, and then it was just boom. So it was like curiosity, and then boom, off a cliff.
Yeah.
All right, but we got to keep going. Now, this is the big argument that I've seen people have on Twitter, actually. So,
What
UNSC comes in to evacuate this village, and there's this shaman bitch, right? And this has caused an argument because some people are saying that this shaman doesn't fit, this is stupid. And then you have other people arguing, saying, no, this makes total sense. Religion is a very prominent, theme in Halo, which that part I agree with. There is a lot of religious allegories and all that type of stuff. But a shaman, I don't think so. I don't agree with that part. I think that's kind of silly. It's like some shaman that's like, I have mystical visions with God. I don't know about on this planet, but on Earth, we call it acid.
Yeah.
It's just the shrooms from season 1.
Yeah.
Last time I saw something like this in a sci-fi show was in Star Trek when they had the Native Americans. I think it was like in the Next Generation, one of the later seasons. It was the last episode with Wesley, so it was like, huzzah, hooray, finally, he's gone. But yeah, the way that they had it in Star Trek was that certain cultures from nations and from Earth migrated out and colonized particular planets, and for that one it was the natives. That's where I saw this, that's where it clicked in my head. Oh, okay, they're making some silly Star Trek reference. All right, whatever. But I can understand where people are like,
Yeah, it's one of those things like Lethal said, there's always been like a little bit of religious allegory and stuff like that within Halo, but the contrast was always interesting because the Covenant are like a religious organization that are driven and held together by this like belief in the great journey and all of this stuff, and like the lies that that the prophets were telling everyone to keep them all connected, and like that they were, and all the fracturing. And the thing with like Master Chief was that he didn't really give a shit about all of that stuff. None of that mattered. Even when he's faced with things like, I don't know, the Gravemind summed it up really well when he's like, this one is made of what is it? Nerve and steel.
Steel.
Flesh and bone, and is the more diluted.
Yeah, concluded. And this one is made of
steel and.
Well, he said this one is made of like flesh and faith, and is the more diluted, or something like that. Yeah, and it was like the point was like one was like he was like, "Yo, this guy kind of has his mind made up about what the world is and how it works," and that's why it's interesting that there's a clash because they call him the demon. He doesn't see himself that way. So for there to be like a crossover means that they don't really understand what the religious iconography in Halo is actually supposed to mean. They're like, ooh, what if there's magic? And you're like, okay, this is dumb. So.
No, and see, here's the thing: if we keep going down, like they already fucked up the Forerunners. They are like it's already been fucked. So if what they're trying to do here is what I don't know if any of you guys follow it. I'm a huge Wheel of Time fan as well, but over on Wheel of Time, they made the magic system elemental, which is not how it works.
What, you mean like Avatar firebending type shit?
Yeah, no, like it's like connected. So like the Earth Weavers, they draw from the Earth and stuff, like instead of the source. It fucks up everything. Like I'm not gonna get on a Wheel of Time rant because we will never
more
leave.
like not Naruto or Naruto, however you want to spell it.
Naruto.
Naruto.
They've already fucked up. They've already fucked up the Forerunners. We've already had the magical shrooms that fucking Queef abandoned her friends when trouble came, and like literally just didn't shit that they were blowing up. And then they fucked up Cortana. So my concern with the fact that she is a shaman is like now they're gonna use this as an excuse, as there's more than just Chief and what's her fucking name, the Covenant spy, that can activate the artifacts.
Oh, Maki.
Maki.
Yeah.
She'd be a freaky bitch, man. She'd be listening people.
I still can't remember her fucking name. I just call her Covenant spy.
Her name's like Eddie Murphy or some shit. It's like
it's Charlie Murphy. Yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy, yeah.
Are you kidding? Wow.
Imagine how much shit she gets. Charlie Murphy!
Charlie Murphy. Yeah.
Fuck your couch. Yeah, so that's all going down, right? They're treating Chief like he's a bit of a fucking baby, and this is where they talk about animal shows and all that type of shit. And she's very much like, I'm not leaving, and they're all fucking idiots for not leaving. And then along comes Chief, and he's like, how can I help? All right. And they're like, you can't. Like, she's a stubborn bitch. She's not leaving. But then they get reports that the Covenant is close by, so they have to evacuate quickly. But there is a missing team of Marines, so Chief goes to save them. And one thing that this part does, and episode 2 does a little bit better, and I actually kind of like, is it does show that Spartans are just way beyond humans. Like they move way faster. You see him running and he's like really fast, and like how he's like leaping and shit. You go, that's fine. I got no problem with that. And he has the infinite grapple. That's cool. I got no problem with it. I think it's fine.
Yep.
John, you about to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, well, they were lacking all that in season 1, and it was one of the big complaints about season 1. So now they're bringing it in. Now you'll see it even in the next episode. They show a lot more of it, and it's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, like that's what. Yeah, exactly. In season 1, it's like this dude just seems like a dude, where it's like, you know, like we should never be able to catch up with them.
He's just a bro.
You guys are making me feel like a spoiled brat.
How?
Well, I'll admit I'm very lenient to the show compared to most people, and compared to what my inner child would be freaking out about. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Like, because like I saw this stuff, and like, but in my head, I'm sitting here, I'm like, too little, too late, fuckers. Like literally, that was my thought. The parts that were semi decent, I'm like, you still fucked this up. Like, you foobarred this whole thing so bad. It's too little, too late.
Well, that sums up the whole thing, honestly, is like there's no fixing it. It's so fundamentally fucked from the ground up.
Like
the soft reboot won't do much, and as much
nothing but a full-blown reboot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paramount, if you take this whole this whole panel plus the one person that we're missing, like we could literally make you a multi-billion-dollar, like it bring in like billions of views, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we would make it look so much better. I promise.
Just give it to John. I'll be happy.
Right? Give it to John.
Oh, just give me the ODSTs in a small sector in the galaxy. I'll be fine. That's all I need.
See? Come on, Paramount.
This part fucking infuriated me. This was the first moment where I'm like, I want to punch a fucking wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So he goes and he's looking for the missing Marines. He finds them, and because it's all foggy and all that, they can't tell if he's like a human or anything. So they start shooting at him.
Yeah.
And then he insults them by saying, "You're all shit. You're all fucking shit at what you're doing."
Yeah.
And to me, that is just fundamentally not Master Chief. Chief would never talk to someone like that. And there's moments in the next episode and this episode where you hear him talking and you're like, you're a fucking asshole, man. Like, you're not this big, courageous, heroic leader that everyone inspires to be. You're not the poster boy of the UNSC. You're not humanity's hero. You're not the savior of humans. You are just a fucking dickhead, dude. You're the type of person that would probably get punched out in a fucking bus.
Yeah.
Because you are a rude fuck, man. This part made me...
he's unstable.
Taking a page out of Maz's book. You're shit.
You're shit. That's pretty much what he did. You're shit. I despise this part, man.
The part that broke my heart here was like the actor himself. It felt like he was actually like this is the most involved, because like last season, I think we can all agree he felt very like not. When he had the helmet on, it didn't feel like Master Chief, like even with the helmet on and everything like that. In this particular scene, he seems to actually be like emoting through the helmet, sort of like how Carl Urban did with Dredd, and how even in parts of The Mandalorian, like I hate to give Pedro Pascal any of that, but you know, like it feels like in this particular scene he's actually like trying, which pisses me off because he did not try basically through the entire first season. And
I
like,
will agree with that. I think this moment here was more of a script problem than a Pablo problem.
mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
something saying. And that's saying something because I think he's been shit.
Yeah.
And this is probably the best part of the whole episode is when they get into the fight with the elite shop and they all have active camouflage and they start swinging their energy swords and picking them off one by one. And Chief has a fight scene with them and it's okay. Like, it's all right. I think my issue was I hate shaky cam. I fucking can't stand shaky cam in anything.
No,
And
I'm
there's
over
something so weird about when he's like punching them and all that type of shit. You go, the whole camera's shaking. You go, I can't. Like, the point is, it's foggy. You're not really supposed to be able to see what's going on, like horror movie esque style. But why add the shaky cam? Because apart from that, I thought it was okay. It was fine. You know, you have the energy sword come down and it cuts his rifle in half. So he starts stabbing them and punching them. And he throws one down and snaps their neck. You go, that's all fine, but the whole the shaking.
Yeah.
It's to hide it's to hide the so that what they say that they say, oh, shaky cam is supposed to be more immersive. It makes you feel like you're more involved. And in reality, they use it to
Hide their fuck-ups.
hide their fuck ups.
Yep. And the fog too. It's a way to make life easier for post-production. Just fog everything in the background.
Like a perfect example is right there where he shaky cams through. Like it doesn't make like a lot of this shit doesn't make sense because if you actually slow this part down and you watch, he slices himself with his own energy sword.
Yeah, there's a few moments like that. There's a few Last Jedi moments where you're like, what the fuck is up with that arm?
Yeah, and so that's why they're doing the shaky cam is because it hides those glitches that's less for them to fix in post.
Yep. But like this moment here, I thought this was cool. Like that looked fine. Cutting the sword in half.
Yeah, and it cut like an energy sword.
It cut like an energy sword, yeah. Because remember last season they couldn't decide if it was like a lightsaber or some shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so silly.
And like what this part actually pissed me off because I'm like, oh, so you actually know what the fuck they're supposed to do. You just chose to not do it.
That's the way to put it.
Yep.
And even with the plasma blast, even in this season, the first episode, they did it right.
Yep.
Superheated gases blowing up body parts. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. But then you have the plot armor come up and have, we'll see later.
You're about a minute away from being like, bullshit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyway, Extra Zero with the $4.99. Thank you very much. Mods are playing with Halo action figures on the floor would be better than what Paramount delivered. I do agree with that. Yeah. Even if he's wearing Joan Rivers' stolen jacket. Yeah, it's a fucking man's jacket. Thank you, Extra Zero. It's actually funny you say that, Extra Zero, because I had this little bit of a back and a forth with this dude. And he was saying that I don't understand people like you referring to me who keep using words like Jimmy Rings and Master Cheeks. You know, you're leaning into the memery of all of it. But the people leaning into the memery are the same ones that say they want a serious Master Chief, but are also the same ones that support Red versus Blue. And I was dumbstruck. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You can't understand that I want the serious parts to be serious and the comedy part to be comedy. What are we not understanding here? Fuck. You know what? China was right. The internet should be fucking regulated.
No, that's it. They conflate the two. Right. They don't understand that there's we got the Red versus Blue, and we got Halo itself. It's a parody of everything.
Well, the reality is it's not even a fucking good argument because they know that. Yeah, they know that. I'm like, because if you get angry about it, they go, "Why are you so mad? It's just a show, bro. What's
Oh.
the deal?" And then you lead into the memory of it, and you go, "Let's make a fucking joke out of it." Because here's the thing: mocking it is probably the worst thing you could do to these guys. Because the more you mock it, and the more you make jokes, literally, Pablo, whenever he posts anything, half the comments are Master Cheeks comments.
Yep.
They don't like that shit. That's terrible for their branding. So yeah, it's like, dude, you know what? Like that's a shitty bad faith argument. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, you know that we
Oh, yeah.
Red versus Blue at least is still more Halo than this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's way more
fucking
accurate as
parody
well.
show
Yeah.
is more Halo than the fucking Halo
Yeah.
show.
100%.
But I will just to bring it back to some lightheartedness. There was also another dude in the same thread who had a paragraph about why the term Jimmy Rings is more appropriate. And he was presenting an argument. I'm like, yeah,
That's
all
actually
right.
pretty great though. Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you're ever, because we talked about this last season too, if you're ever in the fucking suck, if you're ever like just absolutely in that hole of shit, getting shot at and rockets daily, and fucking you finally just become numb to the alarms that go off when it's a rocket attack because it happens every fucking day, and you're like, I'm not even gonna roll under my bed today. Like, it's not fucking worth it. If it's my time, it's my time. Like, that's the level of apathy you get to when you're fucking stuck in that grind all day, every fucking day. So you have to fucking find shit to laugh at. You gotta make shit funny. That's what dark humor's for. The problem is this show doesn't understand fucking dark humor. Like, it doesn't understand dark humor. It's completely the fuck off. It's either while when they try to be funny, it's completely inappropriate and out of place. And then shit where they should be making lighthearted jokes, they're being way too fucking serious. Like, I still go back to that fight scene in season 1. Like, there should have been, if there was any fucking banter. First of all, I miss Sergeant Johnson so much. But if there's any fucking banter, it's gonna be shit like missed, and then he fucking blows an elite's head off. Something of that nature. Because, like, you've got to find something so you don't go insane. This show doesn't know how to balance that.
There's a reason Johnson let the dog beat him over this fence. I'm so glad he's not in this show, honestly.
Oh, so am I. So happy.
God. They would have totally cucked him up. Totally.
100%.
Crimson Law becomes a channel member. Thank you very much, Crimson, at the Mad Lad level. You're now a fucking Mad Lad, you schizo. Thank you very much, Crimson, you champion. And then he follows it up with, let's go, you fucking dogs. We are, good sir. We are. Thank you very much, Crimson. All right, thank you, chat, for being here. We've got a lot more to go over. But what we're about to get to is probably the first big what the fuck moment, okay? So they have this fight saying, it's cool and all that. The whole squad gets wiped out except for this chick. I believe her name was Talia or something like that.
Perez, which is actually an Easter egg for Halo 2.
Yeah.
Sergeant Perez was one of the, if I remember, he was a corporal or a sergeant, but he was one of the guys that followed Johnson and Miranda into getting into the library.
Yep.
He was killed by the brutes before, while they were waiting for Miranda and Johnson to get the index.
So, Chief he thinks the fight's over. He goes to Talia. And then a whole bunch of elites appear by igniting their energy swords. And granted, yeah, fine, cool, whatever. And you're like, Chief's fucked. There is no way he could survive this, all right? Because he is surrounded and they're fucked. But then out of the corner of his eye, he believes he sees his dead girlfriend, Mackie, or whatever the fuck their name is. And they kind of give the nod. She kind of gives the nod for them to leave him. And in my review, which everyone should go watch, by the way, this was the one part that made me want to smash a chair. Well, the first part that made me want to smash the chair. So I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but even in their own timeline, the Silver timeline, Chief is still referred to as the Demon, not a demon, the Demon.
Mm-hmm.
He only becomes the Demon in the proper lore when he destroys Alpha Halo, the first Halo ring. Okay, that's when he becomes the Demon to them. But he is still the Demon in this timeline without any of those about any of those events ever happening. All right, but they have him surrounded. They have him dead to rights. They could easily have killed him right there and then. They could easily have killed him, but instead they walk away because some human in the Covenant says we got to leave. That would be bad enough. That would be bad enough. But what happens next makes the whole thing even worse. They leave because, well, there's the girlfriend there. His girlfriend. Come on, you fight. We're just going to pause so we don't get taken down. It's a Covenant glassing beam just comes down. Listen, everyone in that area is fucking dead the second that hits the ground.
Dead. Done.
You even see it in the next scene when it's going across the settlement.
The village.
Like you can see underground that it's superheating the earth under it and it's blowing it right up. Freaking Perez and Chief get out of there scot-free with barely a scrap, well, a couple bit of dirt and soot on them, but that's it.
And his response is to jump on top of her to save her. Her skin is going to be melted into your armor, and you're going to be both Chief and Perez should be dead. Mackie should be dead. The elites that were just there should be dead. Everyone there should be dead. And not only is it one glassing beam, it's like 6 or some shit that have come down. And like John says,
they're basically inside a fucking volcano.
Look at all that's come down.
Yeah.
You got your physics right there. Why can't you do it fucking scene before?
Like
I said,
eviscerated.
You got to shut your brain off to enjoy this, and that's not how you make a good show.
See, here. Then, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
I feel bad. No, like when the trailer for this dropped, I was like, that's not how this fucking works. Like, this isn't, but like everybody agreed. They're like, no, like glassing, like this is what it would be like. This is what it would be like. And I'm like, yeah, well, I think they fucked it up. I don't feel vindicated.
But that's because the trailer chopped it up and made it look like it was a different place being glassed.
Yep. So, I don't feel like, I do not feel vindicated or anything like that. What I feel is genuinely pissed the fuck off because at no point do they even attempt to explain. Like, if you want to say that it's because Chief was in his armor and you know, it wasn't a direct hit, that's what you want to say, fucking fine. Why is Perez's skull not melted?
Well,
like,
I know the Halo Reach game is like filled with problems lore-wise, but they're pretty close to a glassing and it destroys their shields. That Cat can just get one tapped in the head. So there's no way around this. That everyone there should be dead.
Oh, that's it. They've manipulated the physics for the sake of plot armor.
This is the equivalent to Indiana Jones hiding in a refrigerator.
Yeah. Yep. But him hiding in the refrigerator is more believable than this.
I'd say it's worth. It's him flipping the bathtub over.
Imagine if that's what happened. Chief just goes and runs and flips a bathtub over top of him to find the glassing. Yeah, this is bad.
Duck and cover.
So somehow everyone survives. They get onto the ship and they take off. And yeah, there he goes. He takes off his helmet, and that's the only time in this episode you'll see him with the helmet on.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
That's the only time he's in the helmet. The rest of the time, you don't even see him in armor, let alone helmet. But I think this is where everyone will agree. The intro is actually kind of good. They added Halo music, and it actually is a good intro. It's probably the best part of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
They put all their effort into making the intro good, and all they did was just slap some Halo music on it, and it's so much fucking better.
Yeah,
so much fucking
like,
better.
if you give me a box that's wrapped in the most beautiful gold foil I've ever seen with the most exquisitely done bow, and I unwrap it and there's still a steaming pile of shit inside, I don't care what the wrapping paper was. It's still a
but we
steaming
have
pile
to.
of shit.
No one's going to disagree with you there, but to judge it on its own, it is a good intro.
Yes. Yep.
Very well. I will concede your point.
There's like a piece of corn in the poop, and you're like, oh, look at that piece of corn.
Look at that.
The one
piece of corn.
It's a strong kernel, that one.
And yeah. Oh yeah, then it jumps right to him in the shower, and I think everyone was like, "Oh, here we go," and they don't actually show his ass.
Thank God for small
They
mirrors.
hid it.
Yeah, that's it. They're keeping it very shoulder and
They
above.
want you to really thirst for it. They went from like full on porn to porn with plot, and the plot is they're just dragging it out, and you'll have to get to the last episode, and then they won't even just show ass. They're gonna show just full on erect penis going.
Yeah,
He's
God.
He's
gonna
gonna have his cock in his hand. Yeah.
ready for this. Yeah, Maki.
You want this dick, bitch?
So hubby,
Take the hood off. Like,
hubby actually pointed out, he was like, shouldn't
back on.
Put it back on. Instead of he was like instead of the demon, shouldn't he be like the defiler, since he and
He fucked that sacred bitch or whatever she was called.
Yeah. And I was like, well, it is Silver Timeline. They may call him that, but yeah, he was like, shouldn't he be like the defiler or something like that? And I was like,
I want to know how that conversation went down with the prophets. So, like, she comes back and they're all like, "Oh, so what was it like?" And she's just sitting there being like, "Oh, he bent me over, choked me." I mean, yeah, it was cool. Cool.
Yeah.
But see, the dicking down must not have been. We've said this. It must not have been that good, because all it took was one dude that didn't give her everything she wanted, and she was
Hey,
right
come
back
on! It was his first time.
Yeah, how did either of them know what they were doing?
Oh man, you put a boy and a girl in the room, they'll figure it out.
Ew,
They ain't wrong.
ain't lying.
Yeah, but we've reached a stage now where we're all like, "Wow, there's no ass." Okay.
Yeah. We're like, what the hell? Like, they really switched it up on us.
I'm okay with it.
Well, it's just such a shake-up. You're like, whoa, there's no booty. There's no mad booty. What the fuck? I'm just expecting to see it. All right, now, John, I'm very curious about you on this part here, because this is a very mixed bag for me, this scene. On one hand, they use all the right words, except for the fact that he's black and now has a promotion.
Yeah, he's admiral all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's an admiral. That's why I was like, wow. So it's a trade-off. They give him a promotion, but they also make him black. So I don't know. I'd rather say captain.
Who's going to be Is he going to be still captaining the Pillar of Autumn by the time we get there? Because admirals, well, maybe.
It's gonna be his daughter.
Yeah,
She's
going to
not
be
even seen-
Miranda.
she's not
Oh
seen in the first
god.
2 episodes.
Yeah, I
She's
haven't seen
gone.
Miranda, but she's gonna show up,
That's
and
true.
she's gonna be the one that pilot. I guarantee she is gonna do it.
That's so strange because she has her own ship.
Well,
So-
yeah.
But
Well, she might not have it at this moment in the Silver Timeline. She's just a researcher, right?
yeah, she's just a
Yeah, they
researcher.
turned her into a doctor or some shit. And then she has the genius idea
She's-
this late into the war to go, let's ask the Spartans.
Well, anyways, what did you have mixed feelings about this scene?
So I feel like they use the right words. This is the time they drop Oni. You're like, yes, finally, you fucking said it. It's all here.
Overdue.
They bring in Ackerson. You're like, okay, it's Ackerson, cool. But then you look at him and you're like, this dude looks like 30 years too young.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Halsey. They both look decades younger. They wanted this young, attractive characters for some odd reason. I don't understand that, but just like we're supposed to believe. Well, I guess they're trying to reintroduce him to make him more of one of those desk officers who's seen combat.
But even with that, the position they put him in, you go like, that sounds like someone that's been around the block.
Yeah, normally that's the case, but I don't know. As far as the show's going, they haven't really shown that much. Just a resentment towards the Spartans for what they've done, for what Master Chief did. That's it.
Towards the end of the 2nd episode, they're trying so hard to set him up as the main antagonist that they just totally forget the Covenant's a thing. They want him to be the antagonist.
Yeah, they're trying. That's it. They're trying to make this major plot thread, having this conflict between the Spartans, Chief and the Spartans, and Ackerson with what's going to be coming up with his projects and such like that. In the midst of having in the Covenant War, that's it. And that's one of the major problems overall with last season was that the Covenant War was a side plate to the main dish of Emmanuel in space and rom-com. bullshit.
Yeah, actually, seeing him, this is a good freeze frame because Jacob Keys, he's got white hair in his beard. And you go, fuck, Ackerson is so young in comparison.
Yeah.
This does, I don't know. The
Wicked
more I
young.
stare on it, I go, he's too young. He's too young, man.
Yeah, we would have been better off with a more veteran, more weathered-looking Ackerson for somebody, with the way that he's the way we want him to be. But this is not our Ackerson. This is the Silver Timeline Ackerson, who's, like I said, seems more of a desk jockey than a soldier.
Mm-hmm. So
That's our boy right there.
Yeah. My sister, she was like, hey, did you see that? And she named him by name. She was like, did you see so-and-so is in that show about that game that you like to play? And I was like, what are you talking? I was like, be more specific. And she was like, well, I just hope that he gets to do like his evil glare. Apparently he was in a vampire show.
He fucking looks like a
Diaries?
vampire.
Huh?
Vampire Diaries. That's what I'm seeing in chat. Mike Hill.
Vampire Diaries?
Yes.
He said this is
Well-
go back being a vampire on Vampire Diaries.
Okay. Yeah. So she tuned in to see him because apparently he got a lot of girls excited when he played a vampire, and they're waiting for some kind of like glare or growl or something from him. So understand that she does not care about the context of the show. To my knowledge, she has never played Halo in her life. But she tuned in because she likes him as an
This
actor.
guy gets my bean wet.
No, I'm not going to say that about my sister, but she does. She says, no, she's like, I like him as an actor. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I can understand that. No, I'm just joshing.
No, you're totally fine. It's just, that's my sister. So it's like weird for me to say that. I can't crack that joke because it's weird for me. But I did tell her, I was like, shouldn't you like, I don't know, watch the first season? She's like, do I need to? And I was like, probably not.
Probably not, actually. Yeah. And John, how do you feel about they turned Jacob Keys into a fucking office jockey, more of a government suck-up?
Silver Timeline. Silver Timeline. Yeah, just
The same Jacob Keys that was constantly getting in trouble from the higher ups because they were like, nah, you can't be doing that. And he's like, lick my fucking butt cheeks. And they're like, right. Well, they fucking, what's the word where they demoted him and put him in some shitty job because he just kept fucking with them. They're like, I'm not doing the shit you're saying. You guys are wrong.
Yeah.
But in this one, he just does whatever he's told to do. He even goes along with the bullshit narratives that they start pushing, that Ackerson starts pushing. Jacob Keys is totally fine with it. But he's supposed to have this connection with Master Chief because he was like, I was there when we fucking kidnapped you.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a bit of a father figure to him.
And not only that, the way that they acted in season one, it's that actually even I think there was even dialogue saying that they had spent years working together. This is not our Keys. This is someone who's been sitting as a desk jockey for FleetCom, working with the Spartans for all these years. He's not a. That's it for a lot of these. It's just for me. I gotta keep reminding myself.
Why
this is
did they-
not our characters? These are Silver Timeline characters. These are reiterations based on the writers for this Hollywood unit.
There's got to be self-inserts in here. But also, why did they make them so fucking stupid? Who is he? What is he doing here? Why is he here? Who is this? Like, shut the fuck. Like, they just fucking told you. Literally, he just told you who he was and that he was replacing Halsey. And then he literally says, I'm not here to replace Halsey. What the actual fuck?
Pissed
Their
her off.
own writing doesn't even make sense.
Look what you've done. Look what you did.
So fucking bizarre, man.
Yeah.
Mike Hill with the $1.99. Thank you very much. It's like hiding underneath your school desk. Yeah, that'll stop
Yeah.
Covenant glass. You can just put a sheet over your head. You'll be Gucci. It's all cool.
Yeah.
It's all cool. Yeah.
Fucking, ugh.
Now, these parts coming up here, every scene with the rubble is just filler. Filler.
Mhm.
This was fucking spastic. I when I was doing my video on this, I was sitting down going, how the fuck do I even describe this? I don't even. So they have, like, at first you're like, oh, okay, it's old school Roman slavery. We're going to put all the people up there. You guys, we're going to bid on them and all that type of shit. Except it's people that have come to the rubble and they're like offering like their trades or services to live among them. But I swear, in season 1, Chief and Quan just fucking walk through the front door. Hey, how we doing?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
They got some sort of confrontation with people walking in the streets, but that's as far as it went.
Yeah.
They had people. One guy tried blocking him with a freaking forklift, if I remember right. Chief just like
Yeah, he just
pushed it
lifted
right
or some
aside.
shit.
Hey, he pushed it right aside like it was nothing, and that was as far as it went. And once Soren got there, it was all chummy.
I don't even understand this part here, man.
It serves no purpose.
I wouldn't let them in anyway.
No. Yeah, undesirables, yeah.
The only purpose that it serves is to set up what's coming up next in the next episode. That's it.
But it's pointless because what's coming up in the next episode is Soren agrees to take the dude's bait. But this whole part is so basically everyone's trying to pitch themselves so they will be granted asylum. Is the only word I could come up with.
Well, what it is particularly is that they're basically like buying slaves to be indentured servants to particular clans in this group, and the clans will be bidding based on how they are. They prefer we'll see they prefer people who can do their job that they want to do rather than people who are just the conventional till workers.
Yeah, it's trade for slaves, I guess. But the whole point is that the main dude that we see, where is he? This dude here. He's there to say, because Halsey's on the run from the end of the last season, he's like, hey, I know where Halsey is. And obviously that gets the attention of Soren because, he was in the Spartan program and all that shit. So obviously that gets his attention. And spoiler alert, down the line, he double crosses him. The whole thing's a setup.
Shock.
But in this part here, Soren rejects the offer. He says, nah, not interested. This whole scene is pointless because the next scene you see him, he accepts the offer.
I saw it as a means for him to present to the rest of the clans that he's not interested, but secretly show interest.
Facade.
Yeah, trying to put on a facade for the other groups, but as
John is writing a better episode with what he's been given.
The problem is that later on in the show they basically shut that down. Like, oh yeah, they already know, and you've already shown interest in Halsey before, so it was totally moot.
It's just there to fill the runtime, man.
It's also, did anybody else get creeper vibes from him? Like, I can't be the only one that thought.
Well, he's a ginger, so Yeah,
well, I was more overhead about the ginger representation in the Paramount Hollywood show.
I was more concerned about it. I was like, I see where we're replacing these guys.
He'll be black in the next scene and a woman.
Well, he's disposable, that's for sure.
I don't think. Okay, now that I look at him, he does look creepy. But compared to a dude that goes and licks clones that are tied down,
I'm still convinced that he escaped and is in his basement of Halsey clones.
Yeah,
I respect that actor.
Yeah, he lived his best life.
Yeah. I respect that actor. He took that role and he went 110%.
Yes, he did.
Went all in for it. Most expressive actor on the entire season.
I hated him. I hated him at the start, and then especially the guys sort of wore me down a little bit, and then they got to the end, and I was like, he was literally the best part of the entire season.
That's what he did to the Halsey clones too.
It's crazy.
Imagine him reading the script. It says here, I lick the clone. And they're like, yeah, you do. And you're like, I'm going to make this scene my bitch.
Yeah.
He really did. He did not. He didn't hold back. Yeah, he didn't hold back at all. And you got to respect it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so this whole thing I found very pointless. And
yeah.
We're all thinking it. He looks like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
We're
he
all
does.
thinking it.
He looks like Dave Chappelle's fat older brother. Yeah.
You expect them to be like, what, bitch? You know where Halsey is?
This scene
These
felt
white
very
bitches
much.
is dangerous.
This scene felt very much like they were trying to hit their inclusion checklist, and they were like,
White
"Oh,
bitches. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
So good. Oh shit.
So let me get this straight. You guys got some white bitch in charge of kidnapping children? Oh, hell no!
Oh shit. Hey, they did this to
sorry.
themselves.
Sorry, go on, lady.
They did.
no, I'm done." I legit. This scene just felt like a identity politics checkbox, where they do the reversal of roles, where you're gonna care now because it's white people getting sold.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, what if the racism was reversed? And you're like, oh, okay.
Never seen that before. So stunning, so brave.
Yeah.
Didn't he have the fuck? Didn't they show him with the fucked up arm in the first season?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. They kind
Yeah.
of still do show it, but it's for most of the camera shots, they don't really show a prominent angle of the arm itself. But yeah, his arm is still pretty like all wired up and because of the augmentations.
So this is how you see Chief for most of the 2 episodes.
Yep.
He looks like do you know what he looks like? He looks like the troop leader dad of Boy Scouts who's about to go camping. That's what he looks like.
Son, did you make sure to pack your tent?
I said back in my scout days, I'd much rather have a guy like him leading the troop than the fat fucks that they had for our group.
I feel bad because that was my dad and my uncles that did that. They dress just like this, and like they are a bunch of meat and potato, like country boys.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere
So-
very different with that, but okay. Yeah, okay.
Where else would I have gone with it?
I don't know. You know what? Better just to move on. Yeah.
So this is how you see him for most of the show, just walking around like this. And look, I am
The fact
also
that
following.
he is at a modified fucking parade rest pisses me off beyond all hellbound fucking reason. Because so that's a modified parade rest. What the reason parade rest exists, there's actually really deep ties. It is you have to be put at parade rest by a superior for one, and it is to show respect to someone that you view as a superior. And the whole reason that your hands are behind you and what you're supposed to do at parade rest, what it used to be, because most people are right hand dominant, you were supposed to grab your right wrist with your left hand, and you're supposed to stand there because if your superior struck you, you were not allowed to hit back. So it is literally the most. It isn't what it used to be now, but it is legitimately the equivalent of like
Like
it's a bitch. It's a bitch dance. Like you are.
Yeah, it's like
you
it's
are,
a submissive position.
Yes, it's a submissive position.
Typically, when you grab a woman, you put her arm behind her back with your right hand. It means that she's
Well, Mike, to get a little bit off topic, what do you say to a woman that has 2 black eyes, Mike?
nothing. You've already told her twice.
I've taught you well. It's yeah.
But it's sloppy. It's disgusting. He's not in uniform, so he doesn't need to be at parade rest at all. And and he is submitting to Ackerson right here, which he never fucking did in the games. Like they might have had some level of respect, but he never fucking submitted to him. Are you shitting me right now?
They even meet in the games?
I don't think so.
One time.
Oh, once. Oh yeah. Briefly.
Very briefly. And it's not a fucking pissing contest when they meet. So this really pisses me the fuck off.
This whole episode is a pissing contest. All they do is argue and scream at each other, man.
Yeah.
Well, Ackerson doesn't. He's way more in control here. Look, they dropped the big words there.
Did you count the number of times they dropped them?
Yeah, actually, you're right.
wanted
They
to
made
hammer
a
down
point.
the fact that they, they're saying, we're saying ONI now. ONI exists, and plus ONI. The show is the first time I've ever heard somebody reference them as, ONI.
I've never heard it
It's
as
always been
ONI
ONI
either.
or Office of Naval Intelligence.
Yep.
That's
Oni.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you're right. They actually went out of their way to say it as many times as possible.
Yes.
They gotta let you know. Hey, did you know that it's included? Did you know that?
Yeah, at least say it right. Say Oni. Don't say ONI. Now we all know you look.
Because that's the thing. They don't read.
You're just a fake fan.
They just saw it somewhere and they're like, "Yo, what if we keep using that over and over again?" Obviously, people will think we know what the hell we're doing.
And it sucks because I was a huge fan of the Hunt the Truth series, and
Hunt the
there's no iteration of Oni. Now they got me fucking saying it. There's no better iteration of Oni and Office of Naval Intelligence than from Hunt the Truth. They're dark, they are scary as hell, and they will find whoever they want to find.
They even did it well in the ODST game where like Dare comes in, they're like, she's Oni, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't want
Yeah.
that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you got Buck being like, bitch, we used to be a couple. What the fuck?
Hell, now they fucked themselves with the first season, and now they're just a dud. ONI is just a dud of a subsidiary of Fleetcom. That's it.
But John, did you notice? Was that a big fucking thing that people were saying they never mentioned Oni in the first season? I actually didn't hear too many people saying
For
that.
me, it was an issue. I'm not very ear to the ground with social media, so I don't know what people were saying. But as far I was offended by it. The fact that they couldn't even it's like they made Fleetcom Oni. That's it. They conflated Oni with the entirety of of the military branch, and that was really terrible for me because you wanted to have the UNSC is supposed to be the good guys, but they made this veneer of like they're all Office of Naval Intelligence in the first season. Now they want to turn around and make we're the good they're the good guys. It's just these 1, 2, 3 other bad guys in the second season that are bad humans. That's it. God.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, this whole thing is just them having a fucking pissing contest with each other, and Chief takes an L. Honestly,
Yeah, he does.
he looks sad. Looks like he's gonna cry.
Oh, it's because he's unstable. That's it. He's having a bit of a emotional
Remember, he
breakdown.
pulled that pill out of his asshole. It's gone now.
God, don't get me started on
Actually-
that fucking pill.
Actually, I found a little something that made me kind. Okay, this is a joke, but I saw this floating around, and it kind of made me be like, you know what? This dude's a psycho. Can you please read that, Mike?
35 years without a foot job. Think about what that does to a man. Yeah.
No wonder.
No wonder he's having such a hard time. Yeah.
Fuck.
I get it.
Whoever made this meme,
That's a long time.
Ew.
I want to track down who made this, man. This is.
Listen,
Men are
that's
weird.
That's a long time without one, man. That's rough.
They took that image where he looks like he's a Game of Thrones villain. They took that image out of him, put a black and white filter over it, and just said this dude's a psycho because he hasn't had a foot job. I fucking love the Halo
shit's
community,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
I wonder, how did Paramount think this was gonna go? Because if you ever spent any time in a Halo chat room,
Yeah.
Pretty fucking racist.
Oh, it gets brutal.
Well, if they also just spent any time getting foot jobs, they would have, been aware of what was going on. They've been really missing out, man.
Isn't the Halo
to check me off.
isn't it the I forget what fucking chat room it was, but it got really fucking famous because they were teabagging, but they made a fucking comment. I can't remember what it is, but I don't know. It made teabagging fucking, instead of just an insult, it was a hilarious fucking insult, and it had something to do with they were bitching or they were bad mouthing each other, and they were like, "Yeah, you know what it's like to have balls in your mouth. Just sit there and take it," or some shit like that. And that's just that was on the regular for Halo for the chats, and and now you've got people who were like, "Oh my gosh, you cannot say that."
Yeah.
You should be booted from the community for your sexist and misogynistic jokes.
I am all for this new direction of the Halo community. Instead of purity checking, it's all about how do you feel about this man who hasn't done a foot job in 30 years? That's
It's all about it's the opposite
the
of
gold
slut shaming.
standard.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I saw his face and I'm like, that's the dude. That's him.
That's him. That's the man. There he is, officer. He hasn't. Yeah,
He hasn't had a foot job in 35
35 years without a foot job.
Why did
Yeah.
you do it? Why did you kill everyone? I haven't had a foot job in 35 years.
No.
oh, people seem
good.
to forget that the Halo lobbies walked so that Modern Warfare 2 lobbies can run.
Yeah, standing
Where
on
they
the
all come
shoulders of
from.
Titans. You know.
Yep.
Mhm.
Modern
Yeah.
Warfare 2 lobby will always be the standard, but they had to build to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we get this fucking rubble. And all these rubble scenes with fucking Dave Chappelle over here. This whole fucking thing can just fuck off, man.
Yeah, they're bad.
I want to like them. I do. I try to like them, but it's just they're not. They're so basic. It's
Here's the
just
thing,
Nothing
man.
happens.
At some point, you got to
This
stop
is-
trying to like it. It's bad. It's all bad.
You're right. You're right.
I was
They
gonna
don't.
make
They
a
don't.
really
They don't like
mean
you
joke.
enough to make a decent show. Okay.
Now, is anyone else kind of being like, yo, Soren, why did you get with a woman that kind of looks like Halsey?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, dude. You mean that
He's
woman that
smashing her.
kidnapped you and ruined your whole lives and turned you
Yeah.
into a defect in an experiment? That's the woman you want to spend your life with?
Stockholm syndrome. It's pretty
That's
common.
a
Yeah.
weird Stockholm syndrome, man.
Yeah, I fell in love. with
Listen,
yeah.
when there's only one woman in your life for 20 years,
You'll take what you can get.
well, and you usually want what you looked at for 20 years because it feels like home.
If they
man,
make all
at
the
least he's
Spartans
happy.
with this
You can tell
adoptive
this-
mommy syndrome
This whole
issue,
fucking thing is, man. You can tell he's happy, though, so at least he's getting his foot jobs once every 30 years.
Oh, sweet
Yeah.
Jesus! All right, so
Don't knock it till you
normally-
try it, Lady G.
No, stop. So normally, I think bedroom stuff should stay very much in the bedroom. But
Except
ladies,
for foot jobs.
if you are only if you have a husband or like a boyfriend or whatever, and you are only meeting his needs for either blackmail purposes or because you want something, or at the very bare minimum of life, you're failing your relationship. You should know
Yeah.
that.
Get those shoes off, bitches.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
Get the butter and the shoes off. Come on, let's go.
Oh my
It's been
god.
35 years.
Butter?
You
What the fuck?
Unsalted. Yeah.
Unless you want your man to turn into Master Cheeks, you got to jack him off with your feet once in a while.
Oh
Well, it
Jesus!
makes you chafe.
Please
The
understand
grippers-
that didn't
Get
come
the
out of
grippers
my
out.
mouth.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, I don't know. It felt like it was heavily implied.
No, Mike. See, this is why you're so good at what you do because you take small
I
comments.
don't give people foot jobs. So
Yeah,
No,
he's way too happy.
No,
Look at
you
him.
take
Yeah.
you take small snippets and your imagination just runs with it. Like, have you ever been shot at and then all of a sudden I'm in space with a plasma fucking gun? Like, chill out,
Yeah.
dude.
I didn't make that happen. You talked about that. You didn't deny any of the involvement.
Listen.
In fact, your husband kind of corroborated every story we made up about you.
This is fucking. I don't.
This guy's
whole
miserable.
thing
Look
just
how-
being like, hey, I'm pretending I'm not interested, but everyone knows I'm blatantly interested, and here
He's
comes
very
my
upset
wife.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she
Yeah, it's a very basic plot line that they're trying to play out here, and it's just it's not popping off.
no.
she's
Oh, no.
really
So
stringy.
Lady-
string beanie. That's the word I'm
Lady
looking for.
Lady Feet Master.
Shut up, Gravy Dean. Nobody talking to you.
It's so good. Oh,
Mike,
shit.
don't encourage.
I mean, it's pretty.
Oh,
fucking good.
fuck! This is the
Here we go.
worst part of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna have to put audio on for this part when we get to it. So they're in the showers or whatever, and there's like some press conference going on, and you can see that Tali, the chick that Cheeks saved, is now
Yep.
being paraded as like the hero, and she's getting a medal and all this type of shit. And it's Jacob Keys that is giving her the medal.
Yeah.
But Jacob knows, well, he's spoken to Chief and Silver Team. He knows what actually happened there. And part of that other scene is Chief and all that saying, I've never seen the Covenant do this. Normally, they'll just burn the whole planet. Why would they go land on the planet without burning and then burn the planet? The correct answer is because the Covenant will go to the planet, get all the Forerunner artifacts off it, leave,
Mhm.
fuck off, and then glass it. So, but the way they've done Forerunners and Silver Timeline, I don't know. I generally don't know what the tactic is. They're trying Chief and all that, believe it. It's like some type of Covenant training fucking thing. I don't know. But what's bizarre with all that, is Master Chief told that to everyone when he was debriefed, and Jacob was there, and now Jacob's the one putting the medal on Tali, going, "This whole thing's a fucking lie." This is what I mean before when I said he's like the government stooge now.
Yep, he's subservient to Oni's orders. That's exactly what happened there in that plot. Oni made the decision to push the propaganda rather than tell the truth to the masses.
Yep.
And so they got to play. She's playing the role, and Master Chief is having none of it, which is respected. That is a Master Chief thing. But on the other hand, he would also understand you can't tell everybody to everything, but that's above his pay grade. That kind of stuff. I don't know. It's been a while.
But then, like with all that, these other Spartans come in, and off the trailer, I thought there was going to be like a Spartan 2s confronting Spartan 3s confronting Spartan 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, and 2s were going to be like, "Fuck off! You're nowhere near our level." Like,
Yeah.
John, you remember the meme back in the day when Noble George dies, and everyone's like, "Shouldn't we kill 6 because he's a 3?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should be the one to stay behind. So yeah, they have like these other Spartans, and they come in and start arguing, and they're like threatening to like kill each other, and they're calling each other bitch and all this type of shit. You're like, what the fuck? This is
So much venoms. It wasn't a friendly banter. There was like this venom and antagonism between one another that just wasn't, they didn't seem like brothers and sisters who fought for decades together.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. So here it is. Here, I'm going to turn the volume on just for this part. In fact, I've got to make sure I have volume on. So sorry, 1 sec. Bear with me.
Well, and the thing is, though, you can't fake that kind of like if you've never been in that position, you can't fake that kind of camaraderie at all.
No, you can't.
So they're having this big argument. All right.
Came down to looks, didn't it? That is affirmative. They insisted on the most attractive team, so sorry, Riz.
Suck big ass cream.
What the fuck?
Suck big ass. Damn.
Like,
What an insult.
how did that get past anyone? And like 100 eyes saw this, and they were all just like, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was.
And these Spartans are the ones who are supposed to have inhibitor chips still in them.
Yep.
It's only supposed to be Silver Team and Master Chief that don't no longer have those inhibitors on them.
Yep.
And they even mention it, and yet there's this banter going on between Cobalt Team that's just very emotionally driven. Like, why would they give a shit about how attractive?
Exactly. Yeah. And what's this weird competition? Like, that's.
Yeah.
This is what.
I mean, they had competition between red, blue, green, and blue team back in the day in the Fall of Reach stuff, but it was always, ended with shaking hands.
Yeah, and it
It
wasn't
seems
about.
like they genuinely don't like each other.
Yeah, this is very much someone who has the only experience they have with military banter or any type of rivalry banter is what they've already seen in Hollywood. And they're trying to through like tertiary and even like from a 4 level removed part, trying to put it on screen, and it doesn't transfer because they've never experienced it. They have no idea what it is. So the women that wrote this scene, this is how they think men trash talk when women aren't around.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
Fucking spastic, man.
Sad. Yeah.
This is probably the worst part of the whole episode, man. That was just
Worst part of maybe one of the worst parts of the series.
And
yeah.
what's a real shocker is that they're right in Hollywood. It takes them next to nothing to get a military consult to oversee this. It takes them next to nothing. In fact, I'm
Probably
sure they
walked
would
on
be
set and was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro."
wanting nothing to do
I'm
with
gonna
it.
go get myself a foot job. I'm not dealing with
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah. No thanks. Yeah, I'll just get the foot job. Yeah.
I'll give them this much: set production, the team that's working on that, they are doing a great job. They did a great job in the first season, and people, at least, I'm trying to give them something,
You're really trying hard here, man.
I'm really,
Man,
I'm
damn.
going down to the set production.
I can hear, I can hear like your spine creaking underneath the weight of trying to hold this show.
You
up.
Try
are
to
the
carry
dude
the
that
show.
held the boomstick.
I genuinely try to find the good in a lot of in people and things.
Don't
at
worry, this
first
show will
before-
beat that out of you real fast.
Really
fucking-
fast.
Oh yeah.
But this kind of
Um,
goes back in with one thing we were talking about before was like Halo has always been intertwined with memery,
Yes.
and suck big ass is just that's it. That's all we could
Yeah.
come up with.
Like
That's what you
the
thought
way
of? Yeah.
if they wanted to, so if what they were trying to do, if you wanted to keep like they needed the prettiest team, or they required the prettiest team for it, then what she should have said was something to the effect of like, and this is going to sound really stupid even as I'm saying it in my head, but she should have made a comment about how, what are they going to make you do, like put on a dress and like show your ass since it's like since your ass is more attractive than your face, like shit like that. Like usually what you do is you throw the fucking insult back at him. I'm trying to like figure out an insult with ass in it because she said suck big ass.
You're gonna be
and, like,
Oni's next top supermodel.
right there you go. Like
There you go.
some shit like that. Something like they would you'd throw the insult back. Like there were plenty of times where like you're getting ready to go out for like checks or in the field or some shit like that, and some dude you'd be like, oh, you smell like well, don't you smell like a fucking daisy? And then you look at him and be like, yeah, well, you smell like roses, and we all know those smell like poo fucking shit. Like stuff like that. That's
still
what you're
fucking
supposed to
need
do.
Commit to
Yeah.
the foot job angle. That's
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
that
so-
fucking
get
retarded
really
shit
deep into
happens.
the-
And
yeah.
this, I need to turn. Actually, this might be the worst part. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a Master Chief that completely loses his composure. And
Yeah.
this is just disgustingly bad, man.
Yeah.
Other comms array, you better tell them to expect the Covenant. Excuse me. I told you what hit us on Sanctuary. Nobody out there knows
Pause so I don't get fucking taken down by Paramount.
anything. And no one in here seems to give a shit.
Like, you suck my fucking ass, Paramount. How about that? You gotta fucking have Master Chief, the most calm and collected motherfucker, absolutely cause a scene in an Oni fucking superior officer in front of everyone. Everyone's gonna look at you and be like, what's wrong with this fucking retard? This is Master Chief, man. The example I compared this to in a review was in Halo 4 when it's surrender the AI, surrender the chip, and he just says, no, no, sir, I'm not doing that. No, sir. Even he can have the biggest disagreement with a superior officer and just still not, no one gives a shit. Like, why are you screaming? You're supposed to be Master Chief. You're the one that everyone looks up to, and you look and sound and act like a fucking retard. There's nothing inspiring about you. I understand that you are very strongly disagreeing with Atkinson. You do believe, and you know it in your bones, that Cobalt team is being sent to a fucking ambush and they're going to get their asses slaughtered, probably fucking die. But your response to this is to just look like a retard? Why would they want to listen to you when you're coming across as a fucking deranged lunatic? What is this shit, dude? Someone seems to give a shit. And listen, far be it from me to criticize someone for swearing, but Master Chief saying no one seems to give a shit?
That's not Master Chief.
What the fuck is that? All he has to do is just do the no, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir. That's it. And then leave.
He doesn't.
If you won't deal with it,
never
like he says to Del Rio, he goes, if you won't deal with the Didact, I will.
Yep. Oh fuck. What
Fuck this show, man.
Where
This shit is gay.
He literally
Gay.
What he should be saying right here is you're wrong, and then walk out and fucking handle it himself. That's what Master Chief would do.
Yep, absolutely. He would have taken the initiative in the situation and either ensured that Cobalt team was safe and secure and always had a link to them, or he would have gone with his own team to support them as as backup.
100%. But instead, he's in here having another fucking pissing contest with not Ackerson. And the thing is, Ackerson,
he's running circles around him.
He is, but also Ackerson is supposed to be a lot smarter than this.
Well, when you're dealing with a retard, you don't have to pull out like your chess moves on him.
Yeah.
He's right. Yeah.
Typically, like something shiny or
And that's it. And the way that they set this up, Ackerson holds all the cards in this
It's
situation.
really
so-
easy to steal stuff from them. Yeah, they really don't put up much of a fight. Yeah, you just don't want them to start crying. If they start crying, then you can usually get in trouble. So
what we see here is a Master Chief before augmentations when he's a teenager. This is the kind
This
of
is a
attitude that
teenager.
was trained out of him long before this entire event started.
This is how a teenager would act. Abso-fucking-lutely, man.
Yep.
That's probably the worst part of the whole episode. I think I've said that about 8 times.
And that's the way that they try to portray this Spartan 2s is that they're still teenagers in their heads and their hearts. But you know,
Yeah, but they got to fucking chip up their bum, so that's
You're
what
really
stops it.
giving
we
them
know
such a
that's not the
benefit of
case in the
doubt.
books.
This is crazy though. This
And
is
look,
amazing.
I take problem with this with Silver Team saying we're the best weapon you've got. Look, in the real lore, Chief knows that he is a fucking idol and a hero. He knows that. There's like I think it's around the time of Halo 4, in between Halo 4 and Halo 5, there's like a pilot or something that like shakes around him because he's just holy fuck, that's him. And and everyone, and he uses that to be like, all right, I got to set the example here so everyone can move forward. Because Chief even has a moment, goes, well, I had people I looked up to,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like the pilot shaking, except I was a Spartan, I couldn't fucking help it that I was a super soldier and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
But he never had this level of arrogance and cockiness to say, we're the best shit you've got.
No.
He might
Never.
know it in the back of his head, like, I'm your best chance of doing this. But for him to just like outright say that he's the best one, get fucked. Get fucked. Halo Infinite, man.
The way
They did
Chief
it perfectly. They did it
Yes.
perfectly when he's talking to the pilot. He's just constantly bringing him up, going, nah, we're in this together, buddy, man. It's you and me. Fuck them. It's you and me against the world.
Yep. Well, and like in this situation, the way that Chief that he would have done this would have been no one else should have to die. Like send me so no one else has to. Like that's the way that Chief handles things. He goes and does these things because he knows what he's capable of. He knows what his team is capable of, but also because he does not want anyone else to die on things he is 99% sure he would be able to survive. So why would you stand there and send red and blue and cobalt or whatever the fuck? Why would you send other teams and stack up bodies that then they're going to have to walk over to go get to the enemy and know, like, if they walk out of this, that they are going to have to stare at the bodies that Ackerson sent before them because he wouldn't listen.
The more I look at it, it's like he's so young.
Yeah.
He's way too fucking young, man. They talk like Ackerson was like, buddies with Cole, and that's an old man. And now here he is being like fresh out of uni, fucking anyway, that's us fucking disparate. Disparate on a scale of 1 to 10, how gay is this?
Did you just say that guy was young? He's 42.
Yeah.
That's way too
way
young.
too young.
That's still too young, man.
Too young for the character.
Yeah.
But I'll give you that. He certainly doesn't look 42. He definitely looks a decade.
Even as
and a half
Halsey.
younger.
Halsey looks fucking Halsey a bit of a baddie in this show. How you doing, this
I'm good, yeah. I can only ever see this guy as Klaus Michelson from the originals. He was a vampire, an immortal vampire in that.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's who it was.
Oh, okay.
And so in my head, he's like the same character, and because he's immortal, he's now traveled into the future and he's defending all these planets. Because he actually plays the same, it's the same personality. And I don't know whether he's an actor where he always plays the same person in every role, but he definitely is in this. I like him, though, as an actor. I don't know whether he's the character or not, but from not knowing the games, he was my favorite part of the 2 episodes.
I have a spoiler alert for you. He's not.
He's not even close.
No.
Yeah, because that's the thing. He's playing Klaus Michelson. It's the same character. And I like that character, so I liked it in this. But I there was very little that I did like. I liked his character. I liked, I liked the action scene from in the fog.
Yeah, right at the start.
And that was
yeah,
it.
So we went through that. Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite bit of the first episode though is when they're like, "No, you've got to go up this cliff face." He's like, "You expect me to go up a vertical cliff face?" And then it turns out he could just grapple up it, no problem at all, instantly.
Why are you complaining? Okay.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate the grappling hook, but that's a totally different topic for another time.
You know what? You've been giving them the benefit of the doubt this whole time, and that's the one thing that's too far for you.
Well, I've hated that since it was first came to existence with Halo Infinite.
The hook's died. What's your problem with the hook?
Oh, it's just to me, it's just like it's not. It removes what I once knew Halo was with the whole open world. Okay, now you can grapple and go here and go explore there and go every.
I don't know, man. Grappling hook to the sniper and pulling the
I
sniper.
respected it in Doom Eternal. I don't respect it in Halo Infinite.
Wow.
Take that shirt off. You are wearing the wrong shirt.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the right shirt.
No, you can't wear that. You've lost your Halo privileges.
This is Bungie Halo. I'm less of a fan of 343 Industries stuff. My shit stopped. Guardians killed it for me. Everything after Guardians is just like.
You've lost your Halo privileges.
Guardians was pretty
yeah.
Guardians was worse than The Last Jedi.
Guardians was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, absolute trash.
Oh boy. What's next? Oh yes, we're back on the rubble. With Dave Chappelle. Yeah, go on, Despru.
I didn't care about this guy in the first series. I didn't care about Quan in the first series. And now they've split their storylines into two, so I have to watch them for twice as long.
Yes.
It's just filler. It really is just filler, man.
It's bad. It's real bad.
It's not related to anything. In the first series, their storyline was entirely separate to Master Chief's, and it's the same in this.
Yeah. But his first scene in this episode is him being like, "Well, I'm not interested in what you have to offer," and the rest of the scenes is him being like, "Actually, I am interested."
Yeah,
really I think he did that because he was in public and he didn't want other people to know that he was interested. That was my take on it. But
that's what John said, but he also proved it moot. Go on, John. Do your thing.
Well, that was it. It was like in other scenes before, his wife was telling him how the other clan leaders knew because he was showing visual interest when anybody would mention the name Halsey.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So it was like just cut it. They cut themselves at the knees when they were just starting to run with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was done deliberately as well, that he doesn't know that, so he thinks I'm being really sneaky and no one can tell, whereas his wife is telling him, actually, no, you're just an idiot and everyone can see right through you.
Yeah.
Like putting him down.
Yeah, for sure. But at that point, if he were smart, he would just like stop taking the bait right there. But
he's not smart.
He just keeps going. He's like, yeah, whatever, lady. I'll just keep going it.
I did like when he walked out on that ship and got to the box and then started saying, like, what, this panel, did it drop off or anything? And the guy in the doorway is still trying to hold his cover story together. He's like, well, when I did, there was a panel and I saw it from the thing. It's like, no, the panel's not here. And he starts mumbling some other thing else. It's like, he's already in position. Just light up your chest things and go for him if that's the problem. Oh, it was so ridiculous.
That whole thing is
the writer's
bizarre.
trying to make Soren look smarter, but
the whole thing's bizarre. So it's like, so you know where he is. You're sending a guy. It's like how Luke's plan to rescue Han makes no sense. It's like, so you know where he is. You're going in as an undercover guy, trying to bait him with Halsey, which he originally rejects. So your whole plan's already fallen through.
Yep.
But because he's an idiot and he lets his white bitch make him change his mind.
Yep.
He fucking goes in and changes his mind, right? And that's how they go with it. But if you already know where he is, why would you go through this whole thing of trying to set up this undercover thing?
Yeah.
You could be like, and you've already got his crew to turn on him. You've already got it, man. You don't need to go through all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking spastic.
Yeah, that was strange. I was never sure whether his crew were in on it or whether something else happened to them that made them turn against him afterwards.
Well, they kind of leave it ambiguous because they're talking about it and they're like, oh, your crew doesn't seem to like you much anymore. But then when they ditch him, that seems like they're in on it.
Yeah, but when they come back, you'd think they'd be like, no, I'm the captain now, when his wife comes across. But instead, they're like, no, we're repairing it. It's like, how long do you think you can keep that going for? At some point, you're going to have to say the ship's repaired.
Yeah. Fucking spastic. So yeah, he has this whole fucking bizarro scene here, which honestly is just a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like a... Sorry?
in my review, I just skip straight over this. I'm like, nothing is said in here that's of any importance.
Nothing. It's supposed to be like you're talking about getting kidnapped, which is exactly what happened to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be like this tie-in for an affirmation of what Quan says at the end of the first episode, that monsters are real, that they exist, and such like that.
It's crazy that you remembered everything that Quan said. That's nuts. Yeah.
It's just
So
Yeah.
this, all right, this is probably gonna. It's not entirely off topic, but this particular scene, there is a huge there's a huge problem with like PTSD in the military, as I'm sure many of you are somewhat aware. And what this scene is supposed to be showcasing, at least from my experience and my understanding, they are trying to push healing the inner child to deal with PTSD. And so him talking to this kid about why he is what he is and has done what he's done and is doing what he's doing is him. He's not actually having this conversation with the kid that's in front of him. He's having it with his younger self in an attempt to heal from the trauma. Because there's this huge push.
You're doing a John Connors at the moment.
No. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. Because essentially what they're saying is that any man who has had a problem with taking another person's life or watching one of his brothers die in front of him just has to heal his inner child. Like, you're supposed to, you talk to your inner child, you fix everything, you become more sensitive and in tune with your like innocence or whatever, and then that fixes you. And it's complete and utter fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds like there's far too many steps missing.
Yeah, and the thing is,
it's not that it's the feminine point of view looking at it, and it doesn't work for men. You can't do them the same.
You can't,
Right.
and this has been proven. This type of therapy that they want to call it has been proven to actually
It makes it worse.
make men. Yeah, it makes it far worse in men. It doesn't.
They
It does
relive
not
and
work.
focus on it and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And so it's very much, it's completely antithetical to what men are and how men function. But Hollywood is trying to push this as the not just the best way, but the only way to deal with trauma. And the reason there's all these toxic males, and the reason these men actually feel like they need to fight and protect and defend and all this stuff, and they feel like they have to be strong, is because they have inner children who just need to be healed and talked to.
Well, that was literally the ending of Echo.
Yeah.
She went back to his childhood and healed his childhood. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not a criminal anymore.
There's this huge push in Hollywood to try and shove that down people's throats. There's a reason that psychology, like psychiatrists, the stats are insane. It's something like 90% of men do not respond well to that type of psychological assistance.
But especially if you were kidnapped as a kid and had drills going through your head since you were like 12 years old and pumped with God, to genetically modify your body.
Mm-hmm.
The solution to all of this, just put the pill back in and you'll be fine. That's what it was for. It turns out that they all actually need it because when they pull it out, they're just whining all the time about how horrible life is.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Bitching and complaining.
Gay shit happened.
They made such a big deal about
That's Dave Chappelle.
It's Dave Chappelle. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I ain't trusting no white bitch.
Yeah. You fucked up.
Okay. If you are trying to look inconspicuous,
yes,
that's the
I
way
agree.
to do it.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
I can't remember what I described it.
Bye.
Don't walk in a crowded area that's 7 feet tall.
You were the first person the cops are going to pull over and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Especially when he goes up to a lift and he does the dodgy look around to see if anyone's following him. It's like, come on.
Right. Dodgy.
It's
Look at it,
unbased. Yeah.
I'm not a criminal. I am not a fucking criminal, man.
Fucking hell, he dresses like me when I used to go out and do graffiti as a fucking kid, dude.
You know what he should have
Pretty
done?
great.
He should have just been in his armor.
Yeah,
The thing,
less
this
people
doesn't
probably
make any
fucking look at him.
sense.
No, this
because
doesn't make
it-
any sense because you go to meet Paranosky, who is
No, but
out
you
of the US. Somehow she got blamed for what Halsey did, even though her and Halsey don't get along.
Yeah.
She took the fall for it. She got kicked out of the UNSC. So he goes to meet her.
I'm
and then
not sure
she's
he
like,
is.
Hey, you.
I'm not sure he's going to meet her because what does he think he's going to tell her? She asks him questions, and his response is, "Well, that's classified." It's like
But she-
it's like she surprises him in the lift. It's weird.
But where else was he going?
Well, he goes to the AI thing afterwards.
After. After.
Maybe he was on his way there first, and then they, you know, what a coincidence, you know?
That might
She's
be
like,
the
hey,
case.
you got to go gather evidence because no one's going to believe you, but I will. And he's sitting there going, what the fuck are you going to do? You're out. You got no
Yeah.
jizz. You got no fucking riz. You got no
I think
juice,
it's
whatever
Riz.
you want to
yeah.
call it.
Nothing.
You got fucking nothing. You got no, and what I don't understand is why does he not just go to Admiral Hood? Go over everyone's fucking head, go right to Hood and say, yo, Jacob Keys is black now. They gave him a fucking promotion and he's turned into a government stooge. Atkinson's about 30 years younger than what he's supposed to look like and he's fucking with me. Here's what's going down. Because Lord Hood would listen. Lord Hood is like a front lines fucking dude and he will listen to all of this. And he'll be like, nah, there's some dodgy shit. Instead, he goes to see some Indian bitch in a fucking alleyway that's
Who doesn't have
out
a
of the
job anymore.
UNSC.
Well, yeah, if they do it the proper way, the way that Master Chief would normally do it, you wouldn't have all these strong female characters to dish out, wouldn't you?
Oh, you wait to episode 2 with the Great Kwan.
Okay.
Oh, is this still
We'll
episode
get- we'll-
1?
This is
Yeah,
still
we're
episode
still on
one.
I
episode
forget
one,
which was
bro.
which. I just assumed this was episode 2. Oh,
It all blurs together, doesn't it, man? So I
that's
found
why I
this whole
talked about
thing,
the ending of it. I
this
didn't
whole
know.
thing's fucking pointless.
That was
Then they fucking fly off and he gets ambushed and the whole thing was a setup and we're all act surprised because he has this elaborate fucking plan to capture him even though they already know where he is. Already went all through that. And then Master Chief, decides to go to like some AI fucking brothel place to cry to an AI about his dead fucking girlfriend or some shit.
It's so weird.
This
I
is
don't get
once again, this is a this is a therapy self-insertion. They think that the way that men deal with things or the way men should deal with things is to talk about them.
Yeah, go to a yes. This show is telling you if you're upset, go to a prostitute and tell her. They're paid to fucking listen
Yeah.
well, yeah,
and
not
give you a
only
foot
that,
job.
Yep, and give you a foot job. Yeah, that's the thing. At the end, when you're all sad and crying, she give you a foot job to make you feel better.
But not only that, just paint them up as the dead loved one or person that you miss, and paint them up as that to play the role of them for you. It's this.
Your name is Halsey.
Sadistic. There's
So
this
your name
real-
is Halsey. Yeah.
And look, Cortana looks entirely different than she did in the first series. No one has even mentioned it, and it pisses me off. It's like, at least make a comment that something's happened to her. And even in this, they start joking. It's like, do you not like me? No. Is it my nose?
That's not Cortana.
No, but when they go, because you do see Cortana in
Episode
second
2.
episode,
Yeah,
it looks
she's
entirely
carried
different than
out.
the first series.
Yeah.
isn't it?
You know what this even did? They even did
And he
the
has
thing
tried to
of-
make this one look like Cortana I think as close as he could.
I thought he tried to make it look like Mackie because he has visions of her while talking about it. But they even do the thing where it's like, you're out of money. And we're like, oh, I guess I've been kicked out. She charges by the hour.
Yeah, I don't think he's out of money. I think they said, if you want to talk longer, we'll charge you again. And he gets his credit card out of there super fast. It's like, you're not charging me twice.
Remember those ads on TV back in the day where it's like, sexy single ladies are waiting for your call.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like Babe Station.
Yeah, no.
And then we
this
get
is,
the grand reveal that the mighty Kwan has returned.
That cloud scene, was that supposed to be on Reach that they were coming out of the clouds, or was that just a random planet?
That looked like just a random
I
planet.
think
to
it's
me,
a
man.
random planet, but the no, this episode is so feminine.
It's
really
gay.
pisses me off. Like there's so much talking.
About feelings.
Like
Feelings
But that was
always.
season 1 as well.
First of all, and here's the other problem. Like, even if you take out Dave Chappelle, apparently, but like, even if you take everybody else out of the equation, Chief would never go to anywhere. He would never openly admit those things that could be recorded and used. Like, that's psychological warfare like,
it's
he
like
would
when
never
a
give someone that
politician-
ammunition ever.
Like, we've all seen The Godfather. You go, hey, the politician likes to hang out at the whorehouses. Oh, it's blackmail time, baby.
Yeah, but like that's not even what I'm talking about. What he's admitting to that AI can be used to mentally fuck with him. And
Well, he already admitted it to fucking Ackerson back here when he soyed out.
He tells
But-
everybody.
He does,
tells
and
everybody.
and Chief, like, that's such a breach of security that it doesn't make any sense for Chief to do it.
I've been preaching it all year. It's a homosexual jihad.
He said it, and people didn't listen.
Jihad,
But
yeah.
now it's here at our front door, and we can't do anything
Called
to
me a
stop it.
madman.
They
That's
called
what
me a
35
madman.
years about a foot job does to a man.
Yeah, turns you into a homosexual and leads you on a jihad. Yeah.
All
You know
right.
what gay men don't do? Give each other foot jobs. That's why they're so upset all the time. Yeah.
Actually, don't the stats say that gay men are some of the happiest couples and lesbian
I
couples are
believe
some of
it.
the most violent?
Because they're having
Yeah.
the
I
most
call
sex.
bullshit on that.
Yeah.
No, it's because they're having the most sex. Like
They
they,
don't
have
have to
sex like
deal-
a. Yeah.
I did have to deal with women, so I fucking believe it.
Yeah.
No,
And they have like tons of sex because they all have the same like
They
sex
just walk
drive. They're
into
like,
a room
yo,
with the lights off.
Uh,
You don't find that anywhere else.
there's like, yo, do you want to smash? And they're like, yeah, of course I do, bro. And then they go play Xbox afterwards. Why wouldn't you be happy? This is the point. Lethal's not trying to warn you because it's a bad thing. He's trying to tell you the homosexual jihad's coming, ladies.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Say
lose.
Couples that game together stay together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inshallah, brother. Inshallah, man. You think this shit's a joke?
Sitting
man?
there, the guy goes, you're like the idea of romance. You're sitting there on the bed. The guy walks in with a plate of pizza rolls. He goes, yo, bro, you want to watch some movies? And you're like, yeah, man. And maybe later you want a foot job, bro. Like,
Like one suggests a rom-com and then they both laugh.
D-Day Dialogue with the Fiver. Thank you very much. I'm thankful for the show because it reminds me of why I like the real Master Chief. That's the thing, man. Like, every time he does something, you can always bring up a comparison. There's
mhm.
always something you can actually compare it to, like what he would actually do, because we've seen what he would actually do. So
True.
I do agree with that, D-Day.
Yeah.
I do agree.
oh, hi, Blabs. Blabs in the chat. She showed
And
up.
then Subhuman with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. You are out here supporting the homosexual jihad. They went to Sandro, Wicked Virtue, Berserker, Second Fist, Vincent, and Mr. Drow. Thank you very much, Subhuman. You fucking Mac Daddy Pimp. And thank you, everybody, for fucking being here, man. Bitch, slap that thumbs up button if you haven't already. We do have to get into episode 2, but before I do that, I am going to run to the bathroom. Does anyone have to dip before we do episode 2?
No, I got a little bit more time.
Mm-mm.
All right. Just pretty good.
Yeah. For
He just got here. His ass doesn't get to leave.
Yeah, he's staying.
If only that
I've
worked.
been up for ages. It's almost 4 a.m. Well, it's half 3.
Yeah, and like
I'm
this
gonna
crew
go back.
doesn't
I'll be right
sleep
back.
normally, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I did a 5-hour D&D, or was it like 4 hours? I can't remember when we started.
4 hours, yeah.
4-hour
Something like
D&D stream, then 2 hours just, then this. So I will be
Yeah.
going before.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But we destroyed that D&D stream, so it's very one-sided.
Raider.
Embarrassing. What's up, Raider? Look at
Excellent.
you dropping that cash. Appreciate it. Blabs didn't even say hi to us. She just
I
stopped
know,
in and said,
she-
ooh, look, Disparu's here, and then left. When she started hearing about the homosexual jihad, she had to run because she knew. She knew it was
She
coming.
knew she'd been caught.
Yeah. Caught her.
So, oh
ass.
no!
We had not the
Red-handed.
homosexual
They know my
jihad.
plan.
Fitty.
Yeah.
No, overall, okay. Of these 2 episodes, like John, of these 2 episodes, which one did you prefer?
Definitely the first episode. Over
You're
the
not
second.
supposed to like any of them. It was a
I'm
trick
not supposed to
question.
like. I'm not.
She said
It's a
prefer,
trick
not like.
question.
She said
Prefer-
prefer.
preferred.
It's a trick
Oh,
question. You can't prefer any of them. It's all bad.
You have to, yeah. Even if it's bad, you will prefer
Which
one
one
of
do
the
you
bad things
prefer?
over the other
Do you
bad
want to
thing.
get your dick chopped off, or do you want to have it ripped off violently? It's one of the
Chopped
two.
off.
The chopped or ripped.
Chopped.
But they're both bad, and you want to say
Yeah,
it
but I
had
would
to be an
prefer it to
option
be chopped
C.
if one had to happen.
Can't there be an option C?
Take it quick.
Cutting is a lot better than tearing.
Plucking out your own eyes.
I preferred this first episode because it allowed me to shut my brain off more than the second episode. The second episode was where I was red lights were going up like, what the fuck is this? Why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing that way?
Look, at least I got to laugh at some people walking into lava in the first episode. And Master Chief is like going up on the plane, watching them burn. I'm like, what a Chad. That is the guy. It's like, yeah.
Like, I get that whole holy sacrifice kind of thing, but
I don't.
In hindsight, that's it. You know, in hindsight, it's ultimately stupid.
I loved everything about it. All these people are like, no, we're not going to leave. Have you not seen our religion? We will defend this planet with our lives. This is like leaving a child, and then someone goes, the aliens are on the way, and they all start immediately running into all the ships. Like, there's about 5 seconds gap.
Yeah, most of them, they just started bolting it when shit hit the fan.
The moment it hit the fan, they're off.
No.
Well, of course, it's the old lady that's got the big ball sack to stay. Well, big stupid ball sack to stay and kick a
she's
fucking
like,
glass into the
I have
face.
seen your future. Your death is near. It's like, well, shame you didn't predict your own planet. Then you could have done something about it first.
Fuck yeah. I
Sure,
get
you're
back
looking in a mirror.
There's a fucking $50 super chat while I'm in the bathroom. Thank you very much for the $50 super chat. What have I got to play you? Oh, I know.
Just using your whole, just using your whole, use your mouth, because you know what it is, because you know what it is, it's a three-hole thing, fucking rail, bitch is getting railed, suck, where you going, face, up in your fucking mouth. Gonna paint his town red, gonna paint his wife white.
Thank you very
That went on
much.
for a long time.
He kept going. And I was like, any minute he's gonna interrupt
Dying
it.
in the back.
He just wouldn't stop. Holy shit, bro.
$50. That's a lot of money. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He doesn't say a
Appreciate
single
that.
thing. He just did it. Yeah.
Champion.
What?
Fuck.
I saw the bar at the bottom of the video. I'm like, it can't be that long. Like, he'll cut it out
It
at some point. He's
just
like,
kept
no, we are
going,
strapped into this. I'm working the entire thing.
Shit, bro.
The best part is, because I'm hosting, I can see like everyone's square down the bottom, and you just see John going.
Just,
was just
looking
dying
anywhere
laughing.
else but the screen for while it played. Just
Somebody said legally have issues. He didn't make that happen. That's what the show did.
I did not edit that. I took that off YouTube.
That's straight up from the show. Yeah, Cortana had to watch all. That's the extended. Yeah, that's the extended scene. Cortana had to watch the whole thing happen. Yeah.
It's called a cut queen, by the way. Female cut called a cut queen.
No.
Anyway, seriously,
That's why
like,
she got a big
nose.
thank you for the 50. That is incredibly generous. Really do
It's
appreciate
so good.
that. Thank you. And then Good Wrench comes in and drops 5 channel memberships on top of that as well. Holy
Excellent.
shit. Thank you very much, sir. They went to Zakarot 315, Sultan, Sean, Enigma Zero, and William Poe. Thank you, Good Wrench. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Well,
I need eye
Somebody
bleach.
sent in another 50, and that was pretty great.
I have some good news though. Episode 2 is not as long.
That's true.
That does not matter. Like it is 5 times as awful. Like this is the epitome of like shit of 5 pounds of shit stuffed into a 2-pound jar. Like that's what this is.
There's a lot of shit.
I did the entire recording for my review of this in an hour, which is the fastest I've ever recorded anything, and that includes She-Hulk, which was 22 minutes long. Because there are so many scenes in this where you can just skip it because it's literally nothing happening. And you just go, they talk about their feelings and then go on to the next thing.
Yeah, go down a hallway, then talk about more feelings, then head down another hallway. Familiar chemistry.
The only way to get through this episode is to drop another 50, guys, or else you're gonna have to watch talk about this whole episode.
This
Hey,
she was kind of a baddie, though.
She's a bit of a baddie, man.
Yeah, they stepped up the hair game a little bit. I'm like, okay.
No,
I miss a scientist.
Everyone misses a
That's
scientist.
true.
we already talked about it.
Yeah, we missed. Yeah,
her
we missed
hair's all
Captain-
over the place.
Yeah.
There, needs to clean up.
Yeah.
Season 2, like he gets cloned, and then he gets control of the cloning facility, clones her, frees her from this, like his queen, and then tries to take over Reach so that he can defend them with an army of Halseys. That's a season 2 I'd want to watch.
You know, like in
Be a wild twist.
Fallout 3, the Gary Vault, where it's all just Gary in the vault.
Yeah. Except this is his basement.
Yeah. Don't come in, Mom. Yeah, all right. Now, first question. I can't remember. In season 1, is Flash clones a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
She hasn't. So the whole reason that she got shut down is because that is because they found out about the Flash cloning. She did not admit to it. She kept it a secret. It got found out, and that's why that out of all of the twisted, demented shit that she has done, the fact that she kept that from the council was why they shut her down. Because they're like, oh well, we can't control her anymore. If she's willing to hide this from us, what else is she hiding? Let's shut her down.
I've always found that as one of the more interesting parts about real Halo is the Halsey dilemma. Like you can sit down and argue about Halsey all day because everything she did is so twisted and wrong, but it ended up saving humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in the
justify the means.
Yeah, you're very much
it.
You're very much you're very much in the ends. Do they justify the means? And then you have Chief, who is very much like the means have to justify the end. Like he's the exact opposite. He would never look at a situation and be like, well, you know, this that I had to do to get here was worth it. Chief always finds another way. Halsey does not.
So in like the Fall of Reach book, like the first book, they spend quite a lot of time talking about Halsey and like when like she first like kidnaps John, when she's with Jacob Keyes and all that, and like you can even have Jacob Keyes being like, "Yeah, I'm banging her, but this bitch bit fucking loopy." Like everyone's always looking at her being like, "That's some sick shit you're doing," but we kind of needed it in the end.
They're very much like we would never do that, but also we recognize that we needed it to be done, and we can always blame it. Like if this ever blows up in our face politically or whatever, like we can always blame it on what we didn't know.
It's a common thing across probably every empire. I think every nation they have like a group which everyone knows does stuff, but it's kind of plausible deniability. Yeah. I mean, you see it in TV shows all the time.
Yeah.
Serenity had that guy who was like, I create your empire, but I just could never live in it kind of thing.
Yeah,
but I made it for you. Like Star Trek
Greatest
had
villain ever.
I can't remember what it was called. Like
Section
the
31.
Yeah, Section 31, like the people which no one really admits to, but everyone knows who are there and they operate on their own thing. There was that hacker movie where they did it as well. In lots of things, they all have.
They've done it most recent in Beekeeper.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they operated on their own and just did what they thought was right. Yeah.
So this episode starts with obviously with Halsey, who's a bit of a baddie in this show. We all appreciate that. And she's
Yeah.
very clearly being held captive, and she's on the run. And they come in and they bring in this other chick who is a Flash clone because she has the nosebleeds and then dies right in front of them.
Yeah.
Right in front
Now-
of her, sorry.
Does she
Pretty
die
fucking
on a
cringe.
timer, or does she die when she starts to ask her about the guy? Because that, I
think
thought
it's-
the questions killed her.
I thought it was the timer.
I thought it was a timer.
Well, in which case, why play the game with her when you could just ask her about the guy immediately?
Listen, bitch, you're about to die. Like, I don't got time to talk to you. Like, just tell me stuff.
Because every time she died, she was always being asked about the bloke.
I always looked at it as like when the clone was starting to use different synapses of her brain, like things starting to connect. That's when the clone tissue starts failing. At the same time that she's trying to remember, dig it up, it's all falling apart.
Because the reason I ask is she's asking, "Who's that guy? What's his name? What's his name?" And she always dies when he's like, "What's his name? Tell me his name." That's when she dies.
Yeah,
But then at the end of it, the guy walks in, and I'm like, "This entire episode was pointless."
Yeah.
very much. Yeah. It was just for shock
spoiler
value.
alert.
That's it.
She's being held captive by Ackerson. Ooh, no one saw that coming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's probing her for information.
But we were really
and
disappointed because, yeah,
that sums it up.
Wasn't here.
Yeah, that is the
I'm
perfect.
fed up with this. I'm just
Let's
here for my
move
money.
on. That's it.
Fuck this.
Stop playing with us. Just move on already.
Another one died. Gross.
There's even a part in the scene where she's like, "What is the point of this?" It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah, so that all goes down, and then we cut back to Silver Team, and they kind of like you were saying, John. They try to do this whole side story. Her name's Riz. They try to do this whole thing about how she's injured and having a breakdown, and maybe that could have been a cool little side story, but they do nothing with it.
Well, they bum rush through it. There's no process of it going on, and everything is just there's just quick payoffs to it. And I don't know what's going to happen with next episode, but at the end of this, she's like in this state of but last time we see her, she's in this state of euphoria because of a freaking cardiotherapy or some sort of therapy going on.
I just
She's-
assumed he was magic because he
She's a-
literally put his hand on her back, and he's like, she's like, "What is this?" It's like, "That's your emotions." So my only thing is he must be magic. Although my favorite line from him was, "Your scars are not on the outside," and I'm like, "Look at her, they definitely are." I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Like, look at that. Yeah, she's got
Yeah,
a
it
nice
was-
But
body.
the
Goes to
scars that
see that-
the
No.
the actual scars, the real scars aren't on the outside. Again, this is more feminist fixing of stuff. Like the physical scars aren't the ones that actually hurt. It's the internal emotional scars that you have to heal.
Her
And-
arm hurts.
She it's all in her head. Like you just have if you let go of that hate, you can like the scars won't hurt
Yeah.
anymore. They
Yeah.
pull that shit all you're holding on to the anger, you need to let it go, and then your physical scars will heal after you heal the emotional ones. And that's not fucking true. That's not how it works. Like it's proven that scar tissue is because the thing is that new skin, it's constantly ripping and tearing. So it's always going to hurt because it's right where the nerve endings are. And so they're constantly being ripped and torn because that's what's happening to that flesh. Burned flesh will always feel like it's on fire. I have a 2nd-degree burn on my body and it always hurts every time,
Is it
all
from
the
a
time.
plasma blast?
Happen.
It's from a plasma blast.
So
Yeah,
2nd-degree
plasma.
burn right
You should
here
have
on
been
my
more
forearm.
careful around the
Yeah,
oven, shouldn't
salt.
Just
Yes,
go
I
get
should
some
have been
blind
exactly.
It'll be all right.
But yeah,
Like,
so
me and
John,
Disper
you're
went in 2 different directions. And when she got shot by a plasma rifle, Disper was like, "Let's get messing with ovens."
Yeah, you would have thought by now you would have had the genetic memory to handle an oven.
if you want to know where the burn is from,
I
it's a muzzle burn.
Ah.
It's a muzzle burn from a weapon that was.
I don't think your
not-
husband should be putting a muzzle on you. That's going a bit far.
Yeah. Well,
Very
I
well.
mean, listen,
That's
I don't.
fair.
I
It's
don't.
That's
understandable, but
Listen,
I don't
I
kink
talk too
shame, I
much.
get it.
I'm a
Did you
woman. I
catch this,
talk too
John?
much. Omega.
Yeah.
It's
Did
kind
you
of
also
based, actually.
did you catch Black too?
No, I didn't. We were talking about Lady Gravemaster wearing a muzzle, so I was
It
very
ain't on this.
distracted.
It's at the end of the when he's flipping through the hollow monitor.
I love
There's a
how you
black
didn't
thing.
bring up how Sigma's got Jacob, but it cuts off. Do you see Sigma down there below Silver?
Where's
see- yeah.
Ligma?
And it
I
says
see.
Jacob, but then it
So it's
cuts off.
It's supposed the last one's supposed to be Isaac, but I think
Yep.
Yeah.
but the name, so that first name
August O'Neill.
Jacob, the whole thing is that it's Jacob Keyes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what
No, they-
Sigma means?
No. That's not what they. No.
I didn't say that. That is one of the theories that I read about. I thought that there's no fucking way, but also this show doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So
Oh yeah, this show kind of breeds a lot of no fucking ways.
I want to know why their operations are game redemption codes.
No, I feel like typing it in, man. So the thing that pissed me off about this is lore accurate. Leon and August. This is lore accurate. So why do we have that, but we don't have a blue team?
Yeah,
because the writers wanted to have it their way. That's why.
Because they don't give a fuck.
Because they're trying to, if they're like, if we give the member berry, if we give just enough, like it's not even a full member berry. It's like they took a member berry, dehydrated it, crushed it up into powder, and sprinkled it throughout the show. And they were like, if we make this one member berry stretch through the entire season, we'll get all of the Halo fan community on our side. It's the same reason they have the door, like. Of all fucking member berries to drop, why would you have the door sound in there?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
This show from the first episode seems like it was making blue just like a code word for friendly. Because when he's walking through the fog and they're shooting him, he says his name and then just says blue.
Isn't that like military terminology? Blue forces. That was like.
It definitely meant like friendly because he's like hold fire blue is what he says.
That means blue on blue fire means friendly fire. Yeah, it's the terminology in military terms to refer to I'm on your side.
Friendlies.
Yeah.
Friendlies who are not necessarily part of your unit.
This is why I'm not in the military, so I don't have to learn new terms.
Well, I'm too lazy.
Yeah, I'm just like fuck. I don't want to learn this.
Never been in it, but I've had enough relatives in it.
Yeah, when they tell me their stories,
I could be a drone pilot.
Did you shoot anybody? When they haven't, I just don't listen.
So there they are. They're right there.
Look at that.
So they got that part right.
Huh. No, it's the writers having their wanting their cake and eating it too, having it and eating it too.
Cake sounds really good right now, actually.
that it does. I got a box I can bake up myself. It'd be great. But yeah, it's exactly that. The writers' room. They want to have they want the audience to be happy, enjoy these little Easter eggs while still pushing their own stories and disregarding the tales and plots that made people fall in love with the series in the first place.
The thing is, in this scene, all I was thinking is, Master Chief is an arsehole. Like,
he's an arsehole the whole fucking
starts berating this guy, and the guy turns around and is like, mate, I just put up the signs. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? It's like, where are they, though? This guy does not have classified information. He won't even know what sandwiches are getting put in the kitchen tomorrow.
He's like, listen, I took my asshole pill out. I'm grumpy, okay? The guy's like, okay.
It looks like if Lasky was a teenager.
And Chief's in his 40s at this point. He's not supposed to be acting like a teenager who doesn't know any better.
No, but see, the pill stunted his emotional growth. So now he's going through. I said this in the last season. He's essentially going through teenage puberty.
Yep, pretty much.
So this is where we get the mighty Kwan and her unstoppable rampage. I'm gonna call it. I reckon she could beat Mike Tyson in a fight.
Yeah, she's like a Jedi Master in this.
She's a something in this.
Chase scene in this.
The chase scene where she like throws
they made her less ugly. That's what I will give.
They got rid of the haircut.
They got rid of that. They got rid of the dyke haircut. Yeah.
I did like the bit though when a guy dives for her,
Super
so she
lesbian.
dives with him and slams his face into a cabinet. That was the cool move.
That was the thing that pissed me off the most about this whole chase scene is that they knew that they had to work in the stunts so that it looks believable, but they did such a shit job. Like for all the fight scenes where she actually gets the upper hand, it's her grabbing the momentum like a judo style, grabbing the momentum of her opponent and sending him flying elsewhere. That can work, but they do such a poor job executing it. It doesn't look real on screen. It's terrible.
It's
So
so weird
that
because they
is-
seem to have a tracker of her, so they don't actually have to chase her like this. Wherever she goes, they know where she is.
You're right.
Where are you gonna run to? What's
Very
gonna be
true.
there?
Well,
You
but
know what would
also,
really help?
How is there not
Shooting
a
her with a
range?
fucking taser.
Yeah.
But, like,
Or
how-
saying
that-
to any of those people in front, "Stop her! We'll give you money."
Yeah.
right? Like, here's the thing. So what she just did, that's called weapon of opportunity. Is what?
Yeah,
so,
putting a bottle
like,
over someone.
I
yes,
call it
have
glassing
been to a
someone.
bar before.
glass, but no, like using what's in your vicinity to as a weapon, especially for women. Weapons of opportunity are ways you survive fights, like for real. And her grabbing him and using momentum to yank him into that corner, very much real. Like you could actually
was
do
good.
that.
You heard it here,
Um,
men. If you're trying to fight a woman, make sure she doesn't have any weapons
If
around.
you're trying to fight a
Yeah,
woman,
she's dead
put a
in the
bottle
kitchen.
over her. Is what Lady G's saying.
Or put a muzzle on her. Yeah.
Just
Yes.
don't
Those-
go in
all
the
those
direction that
words
she's trying to pull
clearly-
you in. That's it.
Yeah, all those words clearly left my mouth. Yes. No, but like the thing is with this scene in particular, does that tracker not have a fucking limit? Like
Well,
this
it's
is
big and hanging out of her fucking ear.
Well, they track her downstairs when she goes down the like the laundry chute, which turns out to be a tire chute for some reason that I've not quite worked out yet.
Yeah, she's
They track it
faces a
downstairs.
motherfucker.
Yeah, her hair looks so much better now without that
Yeah.
weird ass haircut that they have.
And you find out she can just pull it out through her ear anyway. So what was
Yeah.
the problem?
it's
She
this
was
whole
a coward.
thing-
Yeah, that's what she gets for
'Cause-
being soft. Yeah.
Before this, she
What?
kills a guy, and it
Yeah.
does it. She kills him off screen. You just see him floating out into
Yeah, she
space,
spaces him. Yeah.
but we don't know how. Like, where was the doorway to get outside in the first place?
Good question.
Why are you
guess that's
asking?
it.
Why are you asking specifics, Disbrew? We already know that we're not going to get it with this show. Look at the fucking size of that thing. That is bigger than
That's
the
what she
pills
said.
they had in their ass. Like,
Yeah.
It is.
Well,
What
that
the
doesn't go
fuck?
in you. To be fair, it goes around your ear.
Yeah.
it's still like it's massive.
I mean,
It's like ripping out a really big earring.
it's not that
Essen-
big.
Yeah.
People have taken bigger things in their bodies, but
Good lord, Mike.
The human body's a very elastic thing.
I'm just pointing things out. I'm not, I'm not
Not the
suggesting
ear.
anything.
You'd be surprised how stretchy the human body is.
Yeah. Even the ear. Yeah.
Are you? Do you get bent over often, Lethal? Is that what you're saying?
35 years without a foot job will make a man do crazy things.
Aren't you like 10
10?
or
I'm not
22?
I'm not 30, but I'm not 10.
Good lord.
Hurry up and show the fucking dude in space.
Now, what the fuck?
Yeah. This is like the
There we go.
Oh,
the
there you go.
one.
Oh, you're
one
missing-
kill
you're missing
scene
an
where it's like,
arm.
I
His
have
arm's
no
off.
idea of how it happens. Like I can give her the momentum, using the environment. Those kills, those were great kills. But this is like, out of nowhere. How did she get him in the chute?
You also
The
have to
human
remember.
body is really elastic. You guys just said that. The human body is very elastic. Maybe
not
she
in
just,
zero
like,
G.
Well, it's not when it's
open
frozen.
space.
Yeah, but also you have to remember she is an indentured servant. That is legal in this. She is running away when she from something that she's agreed to do. They are chasing her down. She's now killed a bloke. She's assaulted loads of them, even though they're trying to enforce the law. She is the bad guy in this situation.
Yes.
Look at this. She wins a knife fight.
You're right.
No. That's fucking impossible. It is
Yeah.
legit.
Watch
Like
how
that.
she wins it.
She's
Not
weaker than him in a submissive position with no.
Yeah, but
leverage.
she's
Not-
Asian. Listen,
No,
she's Asian. She
no,
knows
I don't
martial
give a
She
shit.
arts.
just falls over.
She
got.
knows
There's
martial
no fucking
arts.
way that went through his skull. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
like,
don't
No,
even
it's his
think that would
temple.
kill him.
Yeah, they aim for the temple in that one.
yeah. She missed. That's fucking bone. That's solid.
Well, it cuts
skull
back
that
to
she's
him.
hitting. I know, but like she is down. There's no way she stopped his arm with her arm. Like it's not fucking possible.
She's Asian. She
She's
has
the body
martial arts
clan.
training.
He knows kung
Yeah,
fu.
she's-
Oh, you're right.
she-
That isn't the temple.
Yeah,
No.
she
Oh,
used.
yeah, that's
she
way off.
used martial arts. She was like, "I summon my ki." Yeah.
We tried. We tried Halo Show. We really tried, but you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fucked yourself with that one.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
there
mean,
is
we're
a
not
hole in
trying.
the skull.
Don't put me in this category. I
that is-
haven't tried with this show since
Well, there
season
we go. You
one.
just separate your wall. At least me and Disparu tried. For
I
what-
no, Disparu isn't
I mean,
trying either. None of us are trying.
I just assumed that they'd know where the temple was.
No,
Like,
that's his fucking skull. She shoved it through his fucking skull and like deep. like all the way in. I can't.
Well, if you're gonna do a job,
Yeah, you got to shove
Yeah,
it deep if
follow
you're going to
through.
do it right.
yeah.
What? No, like between
Deep strokes.
her being on the ground, not only
Thorough.
does he have body mass and sheer force against
Yeah.
her, he has
Mhm.
gravity
Yeah.
to help him.
Gravity
Gravity schmavity for the
working
mighty Quan.
against me.
I like how you're like, well, you've got his muscles and all his weight, but gravity, that's the real thing.
Yeah.
Gravity's
Because
not
nobody
real.
beats gravity.
So here
I'll
we
tell you
get
what.
fucking- we
I'll tell
get
you what.
bold,
Disprove.
retarded,
you and I
Ron
can grapple
Perlman.
sometime, and I'll show you what gravity can help me do.
I'm jealous that Disprove got that offer and not me.
What I mean is, we all beat gravity every time we stand up. It's not that powerful.
That's
You're
true.
not. No, that's okay.
His weight
In
and his
fact-
muscles are
and
far more
in
powerful
fact-
than gravity.
Yamcha beat 300 times gravity one time, and if Yamcha can do it, you
If
can.
Yamcha can do it, I can fucking do it.
Whatever
I'm
you
extremely
say.
lazy.
Anyone else
I
think
can
this
still
dude
stand
looks
up.
like Ron Perlman?
He does. He
It's-
looks like a black Ron Perlman.
Fucking Tobias from Black Lightning. It's
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
yeah, but he's like a white. He's like a black albino. It's weird. He got attacked by like a
albino?
vampire.
I mean, he's blind, he won't know.
You can confirm now that this show is Feelings and Hallways. They got fucking Tobias from the Black Lightning CW series to friggin' play mentor to.
What's going on with the back of his head?
Lethal. This
Behind
is
his ear.
This is our new Kurt.
cauliflower
Welcome,
ear.
say hello to Kurt.
No,
Ew.
no, behind his ear. It
Yeah.
goes up in his
The
skull.
giant veins.
Yeah, it's happening,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's it. She's your new Kurt, buddy.
No.
Well, for context for the chat, Kurt is I forget his Spartan number, but he's a Spartan too that got pulled out of the system to be in charge of the Spartan 3s, and gave him the name Kurt Ambrose. Yeah, Kurt.
Oh, they didn't call him Kurt
So-
albino.
No, well, no. This character, he's the guy who's playing the albino playing the character. He's just another ex-Spartan. He's not Kurt. He might be Kurt. I didn't catch his name from the series, but
I don't even think they mentioned it.
they're essentially what I'm getting at is that they're essentially by the way it looks like they're essentially going to make this character that we see with the Wounded Warrior. Her next step is going to be leading the Spartan 3s, the one that you've seen in trailer, the spy with the spy armor and active.
See, I think that's gonna
I'm
be.
calling
I think I remember the
She,
trailers.
it might be her, but I
Sean,
think
I'm really proud of you because
when-
I don't remember any of this stuff.
Like,
I hate
I-
this fucking show.
I have a terrible photographic memory. It's a curse, man.
No, I think I think because we said this last time. I think that it's gonna be Queef is gonna have
Kai?
some. Yeah, she's gonna have some shit to do with it because they set it up too much. They set
That
it up
was-
too much that it's gonna be she's going to like help Chief in such a way that she's at the very least it's gonna be a joint effort between the two of them leading the Spartan 3s.
I don't think that was my actual plan. Well, sorry, my actual original theory was they were going to make her the first Spartan 3. But after the trailer, I don't think Quan's going to have anything to do with it. I think I think Quan, they're actually going to go Quan with more of the Forerunner stuff. Because remember, she saw a monitor in the first season. So she's going to be the one to track down all the Forerunner type bullshit.
Maybe now, but that's not what they originally were gonna do with her.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is repurposing what they had for Maquis, what they had planned for Maquis, and they're giving it to Quan.
Probably.
You know what they're gonna do with Maquis? Have a good.
I'd like a foot job from Maquis.
Man,
Honestly,
do not put it on again.
I could not fucking care. Yeah, don't put it on again. Dude,
Somebody send $50.
No,
Send $50. Please send $50 right now.
Mike, if you are that hard up, I will send you $50.
I'm not that hard up. I've been looking at stuff on my second monitor this whole time.
Ew.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you just got on repeat.
Oh, it's Lewis. That's his character. The character's
Poor
name.
lady Gravemaster. She's like, I don't want to be on streams with Mike anymore.
No, I love you, Mike. But can I also say
Ow.
I'm just happy that she doesn't have the side shave haircut style. Like, yay.
Yeah, they
I
just
guess.
gave her like weird cornrows.
Cornrows.
I don't even know if you're black. I don't know if that might be cultural appropriation. I don't know.
I'm actually. I don't understand why she doesn't just have a shaved head at this point,
Yeah.
because as a Spartan,
What's
her
the
entire
point?
life should be about being a Spartan. She's in the helmet all the time, or should be. So, what is even the point of her hair?
Well, that's the thing
Unless
too.
you're
Like her cornrows, like she probably has to redo them like every other day. They're so tight and like not
Oh, they're not like
fuzzy.
dreads.
No, like you have to redo them constantly. Like even when I get my hair done and I sleep with it and do everything I can to make sure it's like as taken care of as possible, maybe 4 days, maybe 5 days tops. I mean, somebody's redoing her hair like every week.
Because
So
I was
do you-
really impressed by her
Let's-
hair and the fact that there's just like
It's-
bold lines.
You know what I always laughed about when it comes to Spartan hair, John, is in Babysitter when they take off the Spartan's helmet. and she's
Oh
got, like,
yeah,
long,
she's got
lush-
luscious,
she's got like
beautiful locks.
Griffith hair on her and shit. Tell me that fits in the fucking helmet.
All that. She's got more hair than head in that helmet. It,
Brilliant story.
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 10.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that part you're
beautiful
just like,
story,
lol.
Well,
Oh, anime.
It's anime. They can get away with exaggerating things like that.
That's
Live action's
also-
another story.
That's not necessarily exact. I ran around in a Kevlar for a long time. I promise you can fit a lot of hair up there.
Oh, that's it. We got to bring it up. You're going to say this. You're going to be like, oh, fuck off. Even
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
no, this is heavy duty.
Which is fine. It's anime, but
Well, yeah, that's it. That's what I was getting at.
I think the
But-
actress is half Asian and black. No such thing. Those are incompatible races. Blasians? Yeah, Blasians. Blasians are a myth.
This is a 10 out of 10, and you should go fucking watch it. It's like
Absolute
1,000
banger.
times better. Yeah, this is a
Blasians
banger,
are a
man.
myth. I'm gonna go look it up right now. I don't think
You
there's
know,
such thing.
Dutch is one of the ODSTs in this.
Yep.
Ooh.
And come on, you fuck! I'm trying to show something cool for once.
Oh my god, there are a lot of Blasians.
Oh,
Oh man,
the
they're
fuck up.
spreading.
They're spreading my.
There's so many of them. Oh my god.
All right, I got it.
Some of them just look like black people with weird eyes.
You
This is
can't
crazy.
say that.
I can say that.
You
It's Black
can.
History Month.
Yeah.
Oh, we went too far.
I'm pointing out our history. Oh, they call them Afro Asians. Never mind.
And they go and take off her helmet. An actual good canon story.
I suppose you couldn't say Asian afros.
Yeah.
And all that hair just fits.
Got my fucking Goldilocks in that helmet.
Yeah.
Ah!
Bro, yeah, there ain't no way. Like
No
yeah.
way.
It goes
Oh,
past
anime.
the
So
elbows.
okay, so if I do like if I get a helmet because I have a significant amount of hair, if I get a helmet and I manage to like pull that off, you're gonna eat your words.
And untied.
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 That's fine.
All
That's
the
absolutely
ways.
fine.
And it has to be behind you. You can't like cram it in like in front of your face and everything. You'd have to be able to use the helmet properly.
Okay.
Yeah, look how
Matt-
it is.
And
Yeah.
remember, this is like a space suit as well, like in terms of being airtight and shit.
Okay,
Like,
so you want me to do the whole
it's
suit,
like
not just the
Griffith. It's
helmet.
Griffith level of hair.
Yeah, that's it. She's
Yes,
gonna be.
we wanna
she's
see
gonna
you
be
in
sucking on her
something-
own hair.
Yeah, we want to see
eventually.
you in something that has a helmet that's completely airtight, and we want to see
By
you
the
go
way,
hide
it's a
your hair.
fucking absolute masterpiece. You should
Fine.
go watch that. It's
Fine, I'll
god
work on
tier.
it.
You better
It's
prove it.
fucking god
Yeah.
All right.
I
We
will
expect
I will
updates.
work on it.
Back to some fucking trash. So there's
Oh,
that.
so pretty to that.
Oh,
Why are you smiling, asshole?
why is he always showing his fucking face?
It's just a bad screen. Yeah, rough shot.
his
He looks like he's
arms-
How else are you
smiling.
going to grasp his emotions?
Does his arms do his arms look smaller in his armor, or is that just me?
Oh no,
I
he
still think it
leaned-
looks like really bad Mass Effect cosplay.
Yeah, it does.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the armor looks terrible. Yeah, I mean the Spartans look fine, but like the everything else outside of it looks terrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least they've
he
given
leaned
him
up.
boobs.
Yeah, that's true. Why does it look like he's about to get maquilled right there?
It's like, why have you touched me there?
Yeah, what are you taking off your shirt for? Oh man, you took that pill out of your butt? Oh man, you must be real horny right now. Yeah.
So this is more of them.
Well, it changed colors.
Yeah, it did.
Oh
They
wait.
gave him the, again, you think it was a Netflix show with
Which
how
chest
dark
plate
it got
also
so
changed.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is another part where they're all like fucking just trying to completely undermine him by doing like some Oni level bullshit, which on the surface level is totally fine, but I just keep coming back to why is Jacob Keyes okay with this? How is Jacob Keyes letting this fucking happen, man, when he knows that Ackerson is lying? This is not went down. He's just completely trying to undermine Master Chief, and it's succeeding. He's running absolute mental circles around him every time they meet up, and
Yeah.
it's fucking gay.
Very gay.
Well, to be fair, he's not doing any favors for himself. When he's like, so what happened there? You were surrounded by 30 enemies. What happened to them? Did you kill them all? And he just goes, they disappeared. No, they walked away.
Yeah.
If someone thinks you're insane, saying the enemies vanished is a lot more suspicious than saying they walked off.
Yeah.
Fucking bizarre,
They just disappeared.
I don't know. They're just there on moment, and then they weren't. I don't know.
So this is when Dave Chappelle's white wife comes to talk to the crew, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, no, he dead. He dead as fuck." But yeah, no one seems to believe him. And this, why would they split the stories?
Let it
I'm
out.
with Disparu. They should have just kept them intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
So then they would have ran out of fucking runtime.
We're gonna get a whole filler episode of just her. You know that, right?
Yeah,
you know it's coming.
My review will just be skipping it.
This is the part that me and John talked about. We go, this is actually kind of cool. It actually shows that Spartans are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They can jump high, they can run fast, they can do all this shit. Whereas in the first season, they're just moving like normal people. I think Chief does like one flip in the first episode, something like that. Spartans are supposed to be like this. This is how they should be fucking moving. So they got that accurate. They got that part right.
It's the characterization of it, though, that doesn't work. Because she's injured during all of these scenes. And he is going, no, get up and do it again, get up and do it again. And then other people keep going, you can see what she's like. You can see she's injured. What, you have to keep making her? It's like, no, the only... and he even asks her, are you okay? And she says, yes. Which makes it her fault. And to me, he was like going, look, if you want to be with us, you've got to be able to keep up with us and do whatever we want. If you're injured, then you shouldn't be here and you should just step out.
Yeah, if
it
for
doesn't
that matter,
fit because in the first season they're moving like normal people. Now all of a sudden they're moving like actual Spartans. It's like that would have been pretty fucking convenient in the first season.
They ruined the scene. They ruined the scene by making Master Chief go well beyond where she sees herself capable of. If Master Chief would not have pushed him or pushed her beyond and just made her keep going just because he said so, he would have pushed her to the limits that she would have allowed herself to go through, because she would have, he would have expected the same from her in his shoes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
For him to just ignore her real plights at the end of it, and when she really takes a fucking fall, he just sits there, waits, come on, do it, come on, I know you can do it, fuck, and then she, falls down. Real Master Chief would have stopped it right there and helped her out. He wouldn't have told her to keep going.
Yeah.
Why does the
Disgusting.
spacesuit start her to drown in the water?
Yes! So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me.
It wasn't just
She's
me.
clearly
No,
coughing up water at the end.
That's why I was, when you said this part was actually really cool, I was like, really? Like,
Yeah, really. It is
we're
really
go-
cool that it does show Spartans moving like actual Spartans. I will stand by that. Yes, absolutely.
This should have pissed you off more because it means that they knew that they should have been moving like that the entire fucking time. And
That's what I just said, ladies.
No,
You-
it's just
I
it's
just-
just
like-
aggravating to see that they don't understand how the suit's fucking working.
yeah, no, but see, if
gotta
you
listen to
watch,
Well, it's like
if you
earlier-
watch the Disney Star Wars, space
Whoa.
and water are the same until they're not.
Well, in I think it's the first episode when they're in that spaceship and there's the guy and the ginger guy. The ginger guy actually has a gas mask as his spacesuit. There are air filters when he's in space
Yeah,
on his mask.
100%.
No, it was really bad. Those suits, you can see that they were they weren't airtight sealed. They just draped on them like it was nothing. There was
Well,
like
yeah, what-
mutual
what-
pressure from
air
outside
filters.
and inside their suits. It was terrible, absolutely fucking terrible. The other thing too, Soren has his armor. Why isn't he using his armor to get out into space flight? Oh, because his kid has because his kid has the helmet. Oh, why does the kid still have his helmet when it's a fully functioning suit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bizarre
but they don't.
shit, man.
It's stuff that they won't explain, and they'll probably just say, "Oh, well, it doesn't work anymore. The power's out. He can't recharge it anymore. So how can he walk around in it?"
They do
We
not
gotta-
respect the audience
Oh,
enough
that's-
to give you an explanation. Like they
They
do
don't
not
expect
respect
the audience to be so so accustomed to the games. They aim this at the the normal schmoes.
Halo is like the epitome of trying to make something for everyone that was not meant for everyone. Like that is what this is. They tried to take Halo and its insane fan, like it's very devoted, detail-oriented fan base, and expected all of us to just hop along and enjoy whatever they shoved down our throats. And they also wanted to be able to bring in normies. Like they wanted a wider
broader audience.
The
It never
broader
works,
audience.
man.
No.
When you have authors like Karen Travers and Troy Denning, who are actually two of the best science fiction writers, full fucking stop, and were two of the best Star Wars writers, full stop. They write Halo books. This shit's in depth, man. There is a lot to this because they know their shit. They are good writers.
Like
Stuff like this would never fly under Karen. Karen Travers created the original Mandalorian language before Dave Filoni raped the fuck out of Mandalorians and then added some Baby Yoda or some shit.
Yep.
No,
so
and
these people
like,
know what they're doing. That
and
write
here's
the books and all that, but then along come these fucking homosexuals.
one of the ways that NASA tests their spacesuits is literally submersing them in pools. So like, because if it's not watertight, it's not airtight. Like just because, so it doesn't work the other way. So like, you can't use like a deep sea scuba suit necessarily. It would be better, obviously, but you can't necessarily use that suit in outer space because it's only watertight. It's not airtight. So if something is watertight, it doesn't necessarily have to be airtight. But if something needs to be airtight, like a spacesuit or a spaceship, then it will by default be watertight. And so the fact that water is able to get into the suit means that she should, like, there should be no way that any function in any environment outside of a normal, stable environment would that suit be able to function.
I want to listen to it just so we're all clear that she's choking on water.
They make sure, you know, her head is in the water.
Yep.
So this is when it's happening.
Riz!
Why would she be coughing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coughing up water, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
gasping and coughing.
Maybe, you know, her Master Chief saw each other beforehand.
You can't even chalk it up to a reflex.
No.
Yeah.
What I think that is the sound effect was added in afterwards in the set, and she was like, what am I supposed to do to here? And so she just, in her head, thought, yeah, obviously I'd be doing that, and didn't think about the suit.
No.
God, I got nothing. I got nothing.
It auto seals. It's supposed to be auto sealed when the suit's fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, none.
Back to fucking baddie Halsey, MILF Halsey.
Yeah.
Playing fucking space chess.
Malsey, yeah.
Milsey. And then the clone has another heart. The second
No,
clone.
not another one of these bitches died. Oh my god.
Another one of these ginger bitches dies, man. Yeah. Fuck, nothing really happens, hey, in this part. It's just her her asking the same questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's answered by the end of the episode, so you're like, well, what was the point? Unless it isn't, and there's another guy above him.
Yeah, well, we all know there is. We know.
Well, I don't.
The rape napper is still out there somewhere. So
someone's calling the shots. You think Oni's the boogeyman?
He's like, no, I'm building an army of Halseys.
This whole side plot could have been interesting. You know, all a Spartan knows is like war and action. So when one becomes defective, it's like, well, what do I do? So they could have done something cool with this, where she's worried about losing the only thing that gives her a use in life, and instead it's just a little tap on the back and you're good.
Well, it might not end there. There might be some more to it, and I'm gonna hang on to that to the end. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be Riz. This is character Riz, yeah, Butch Linda. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be Kai or Kelly Sue. I think they want her doing some other things with the chief and such like that. I think she's probably gonna end up like Linda in the books.
Oh,
Probably sitting
Maybe.
in a crowd
Like
too.
a cryo sleeper. She's basically like dead but not dead.
To fuck the function.
Maybe they all have sex with Covenant spies, and it cures them. Like it did Master
God.
Chief. It's an orgy at the end with just a bunch of
Stop,
Covenant
Mike! Don't
spies.
give them ideas, please.
No,
They're
please
filming
take my
it now.
ideas.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late
Emmanuel with the
Ah,
Covenant.
no!
now. Oh, you see those two
This
together?
Go back. Go back.
She's totally
What,
gonna smash him.
them talking?
Oh, they're totally smashing, bro.
This shit right here.
Yo, they're
like-
smashing.
So, first of all, what really pisses me, she's so stupid. In
No,
these
she
two
just
se-
outright
like,
throws Chief under the bus.
She's just
Yes.
a fucking retard through these whole episodes. But this,
Not
like,
even a retard, a retard.
I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna let it go, but
No, we can't let that go.
I'm
hoisted by
she
his own retard.
God, and she makes me so angry because she is everything wrong with females in uniform.
Mhm.
And the fact that they are propping her up to be like this intercession for Chief or whatever the fuck, like it just it makes me so angry. Like she, of all the characters, she makes me physically fucking angry because she's such a shit individual. She's a shit Spartan, and she's a shit friend. Like,
Holy shit, she's 6'3". She's huge. I don't know.
That's what I like when they're on about the Covenant spy woman, and she's like, "I shot her myself." It's like, yeah, well, should have aimed a bit better,
Right.
shouldn't you? Really make sure you do the job properly.
I don't understand why, like, there seems to be. I blame you, not you, John, because you weren't there, but I blame the other three on this panel for
What did
now.
I do?
Everything in this show is it's a fucking fetish because it's a porno. And she's
Do
like,
that?
Was
She's like,
She obviously isn't getting foot jobs either. And she's furious.
she's like a knockoff muscle mommy, is what she is. Because she's
Knockoff. She straight is a muscle mommy. She's huge.
No, she's fucking not.
She's
Look at her
6'3".
arms. Look
And
at
she
her arms.
used to
That
be a
doesn't make you
power
muscle
lifter.
mommy. That does not make you a muscle mommy.
She used to be a power lifter.
She's got flab there now.
Well, you know what? I don't care. She probably gets great foot jobs.
yeah, 6'3",
But,
about
like-
the massive,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They're just like giant hands and they just
like clown feet.
it's like
Yeah.
this scene, right? Not this scene, but the scene that was that this scene right here. It's like he's like, yeah, step on me, please, step on me. Like,
Yes!
it's just I hate it so much.
So cute.
Like,
John, can you please read this,
No,
John?
Jade, when I say that is like all of the horrible stereotypes that everybody likes to bring up, she's it.
John?
Like she is
Subhuman kill
she
me,
is
bro.
that stuff, Jade. That's what I mean. It wasn't worded very well, but I'm really pissed off.
30 years without a foot job. Think about what that does to a man.
I rest my case.
Subhuman in the chat is out of control. You are out of line, Subhuman.
No,
What
you are
the fuck?
completely in the right line here.
I should be
No.
seen in a zero suit zero suit
Oh, if you cosplay as Zero Suit Samus, you do
That's
it.
it.
That's all there is to it. Okay?
That's true.
You take it up the butt. And God
Yeah.
bless you for that.
And
Now,
that's good.
here we have what might be the 400 IQ play from Master Chief with his intellectual superiority.
Yep.
Let's go and confront the woman that is fucking lying to everybody, that is being played by Oni. Let's go and confront her at her own fucking house. What could possibly go wrong here?
Nothing.
What could possibly fucking go wrong with this plan?
Not a
Master Chief
thing.
once again proving his tactual superiority over everyone.
4D
Fucking
chess, man. 4D chess.
Oh yeah. If this was the real Halo, Oni would be up on his crawling up
Like
his
that.
ass in an instant. She'd be gone. The whole family would be disappeared offsite to another planet. He would be reprimanded for even attempting to fucking do this. Terrible.
Terrible.
Also, real quick, Jade in the chat said that she has a Zero Suit Samus cosplay, and I think that kind of supports Lethal's point completely. So
No, it does not.
Anyway, fucking, we can talk about anal later. There's plenty left to talk about with anal.
that is very
Ew.
true. Yeah.
That's
Get
very
off
true.
of it, Lady G. Let it go.
I'm never
With
on
that
it.
going on, there's Spanish family, so of course the Spanish mother has to come in and go, "Hey, you should come in for dinner." And
Yeah.
Chief decides that that's a good idea.
My favorite bit is when the mum just goes, "You're huge," and he's like, "Yes." It's like, what?
Yeah. He's like, oh man, maybe I could get more of that sex thing that I did last season.
Ew.
Mm.
The sex thing. Yeah, scars on the outs. Oh, sorry, scars are on the inside. Very-
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got skin like a baby's backside.
Somber music.
Oh man, smooth.
Just chop the arm off and give her a new one.
Just hit her with a stick. It's gross.
They make a gay joke about him being gay.
Yes.
Do they really?
Yes.
Yeah, they actually.
I don't
make a
remember
They
joke.
that.
go, oh, look at the size of him. About all the girls are after him, and the other guy goes, and the guys.
And the guy.
Oh yeah, it was
I
like-
didn't remember that. I blocked that out. Wow.
that line was mandated by the writers' room, and you know it.
100%.
Look how look,
It was creepy before because he's talking to his sister, and he's like, "Yeah, we need to know if you two are getting it on." No, it's your sister. You don't need to know that at all.
are you guys smashing each other?
It's the 26th century. It's the only excuse they got.
It's not Alabama in the 26th century.
Get this corner rich.
What's the story with you two?
Can we just eat, please?
I mean, look at this guy. He must have women climbing all over him. Probably some men too.
Blah.
And then they make a KDR joke.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
Yeah.
weird. Spartan
like-
attack. Don't you?
Probably
play
some
us
guys
all.
too, right? He's like looking at the end of the table. Guys, huh? Are you gay?
They make a KDR joke. And this is the part where they realize that he's a real Spartan, and not one of them goes, "Yep, fuck this, I'm out. I don't want to
Right?
be caught here, man."
Would that, That's what I was thinking. When it's like watching KDR, it's like, well, surely it's infinite because he's not dead yet. He's in front of you.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Positive 43 million.
No.
And I'm trying to
This
make it like everybody plays this game, Spartan Attack, like 26th century COD.
John,
Poor attempt.
Yeah.
this is the part that made me punch a wall almost. And I think you did too.
Here we go.
Mhm.
The way he crushes this woman. Crushes
go.
this woman, man.
I'm excited.
It
doesn't
get better. It just gets further away. You'll think of it every day.
Shoves a Vouch-sized horse pill right up her rectum.
Well, she does do
It's
anal,
like,
so
I need
He
help. Yeah.
has-
Well, life's
Horse
horrible, and
pill.
then you
black
die.
pill, just black pilled to death. Just absolutely terrible.
So she has survivor's guilt, and then she's kind of breaking down, being like, "This is why I didn't tell the whole truth because I kind of hate myself that I survived." All that type of stuff, and he just gets up and rips her to fucking shreds. And
Yeah.
honestly, Halo Infinite is probably the best example to this one. When the pilot has a breakdown and he sits down next to him, he goes, "We all fuck up. I failed. You failed, but I'm not going to fail you. It's not happening again."
Yeah.
That is a Master Chief. This is a fucking asshole.
yeah.
They could have.
This
They
is
could have gone. Go ahead, lady.
No.
Well, they could have gone. They could have gone with the Oni's covering this up. She's keeping silent because she doesn't want her family killed. It could have been some crazy dark, but no, it's just this straight up survivor's guilt. And so, I can't help you, Halo Show. I'm trying to be lenient.
Stop
but
trying
you
to help
turn.
this show. It sucks. It's bad. They did a bad show and
They
they
did
gave
a
it a
really bad
second
show.
season.
Well, I mean, it was coming anyways, whether we liked it or not. They signed up for what, 3 seasons?
5 episodes.
No, they're not doing a third, surely.
Yes, it's gonna make it to a season 3 because it was originally the contract is originally 5. They got money for 5 seasons. It's the same thing with Rings of Power, and it's the same thing with Wheel of Time. These are all contractually 5-season shows.
Yeah, so whether or not it's successful, they're still gonna say, yeah, we had a complete series. We had a successful
not.
series.
It's
Doesn't
not.
matter what we say or what the
Nobody
audience
watches
says about
this. They can't even crack 1 million on their own YouTube channel.
No,
They're like, hey, there's more episodes for free. Will you guys watch them? And everybody's like, no, it's bad. You did a bad show.
It's like the vegan meat is the only thing that's left during a snowstorm. Nobody touches the fake meat. Like
No.
everything else is wiped out. And like
We end up eating each other before we eat the vegan meat.
it's just
First.
Look how sad he is. Just staring off in the distance.
The other thing that's really
Nobody's how
hard.
he's sad. That's how he looks all the time.
I know. He's always sad. He
knows
he should.
one expression.
Pablo Schreiber knows he shouldn't be here. He's like, I have to show my stupid fucking face every week. Everybody yells at me about it.
What makes this conversation really hard is I had a very similar one with my staff sergeant, and my staff sergeant he saw way more shit than I did. He did way more shit than I did, and I'm over here how the fuck did you keep going? Like how
You're supposed to get up and say, "No, it doesn't get better."
No,
worry
yeah,
about it.
that's
You're an
definitely
asshole.
not what he fucking said. Because I probably would have started a pistol if he had. But like, this conversation just legitimately pisses me off because this isn't how true leadership would talk, nor is this how someone who has been through shit like that and
This is not how
figured it out.
Master Chief.
No, I'm even just taking Master Chief, like put Master Chief to the side. Like this isn't how humans talk, and this isn't how men who have been through shit and gotten through shit talk. Now you add the element.
You don't kick a cog when they're down. This is exactly what it is.
I
He's
don't think
kicking
he's
the
trying
dog.
to kick her. I think this is him trying to help. He thinks this is good advice.
It's fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure
The
you're right.
writers the writers think it's good advice.
I'm
The
helping.
writers are
I'm helping. See, I'm helping.
It's like by saying it gets further away is like it like weakens over time. You just never get over it. Is what he's essentially saying.
All I think of, man, is him real chief sitting next to the pilot saying, "We all make mistakes," and then him just ending the conversation by going, "I will not fail you, not again."
The best, you did what you could. You did what you could. Just you did the best you could. The best. What you can do now is to honor them as best you can.
Like the other party goes, "It's what makes us human."
I mean, on the other hand, she did lie to him. Well, lie to her bosses and make his boss think he was going insane, which has now caused his crew to get grounded and killed a load of Spartans that went off when they should have been the team that went off there. So,
Cobalt team was always going to be sent on that.
Yeah,
because
was
that's
always.
some dodgy Oni shit. That's
Yeah.
because that's
Oh,
Oni
okay.
being like, we know they're on reach.
But-
we just gotta.
well, I would have thought they would have sent because Silver Team's meant to be the best squad, aren't they?
Yeah, in this timeline.
They
Master
tried.
Chief
They
is the
treated that
best.
way.
Blue team's the best, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but Master Chief's squad is meant
Chief's
to
the
be the
best.
best squad. So
Oh yeah, this is it.
you
yeah.
would have thought he would have wanted to send out the best squad to handle them.
See, this is why you can't show up late. We had that whole conversation already.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean,
no,
like,
I'm
wouldn't it
teasing.
be Omega Team. That's kind of the point of Omega Team is they're supposed to be first responders.
Yeah.
Like, and the whole point of Omega Team is they get there ASAP without any like real strategy. They're just there to get there fast and then see what's going on.
Yep. Their recon. But no, yeah, just Bruno. What we said was, but Chief, the way that Chief reacted, because he said like Silver Team is the best weapon yet. Like that's not how Chief would speak. He wouldn't
No, but
say
I'm on
that
about
he's
from a
the
commander's
best.
point of view.
No, that commander doesn't give a shit. This is not.
Yeah, but a commander would. A commander would know who the best squads were, and if something vital had happened, like people were landing on Reach, he would want his best men there on the job to go and deal with it.
Why are you making sense right now, Lethal?
It would be
Or
Omega Team.
Disbrew. Like, yeah. It's
How fucking dare you make a good point?
no, like that's what I'm saying. Like you're coming from a
You have devastated my arguments.
No, you're coming from a position of common sense, not something that the writers utilized when they put this Hob job
Because I play
together.
RTS games.
Yeah.
I'm all about management.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know what
Now-
good an elite squad can do.
I saw, where was it? Roderick. He just mentioned Red Team in there. John, I'm a big Jerome fan, John. And seeing what they've done to Chief, what are they going to do to my boy Jerome?
Oh, yeah. They do him like they do with every one of them. They'll do him dirty.
It's times like this where I'm just sitting there going like, and I said this on the last stream that I did about Halo, and I'll say it now. If Velvet Arm comes into the show, there's going to be a fucking hole in my wall.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it maybe to ease your to ease that a little bit, I don't think we're going to be seeing Velvet Arm with a lot of the images that we've seen with the picture from the trailer. That a lot of it that made us think that it might be Velvet Arm when we see it. It's all this it's like a regression of the armor. In the first season, they had this more designs into it. The armor that they have is like basic as fuck. It made to look similar. But I think we're just seeing zealots in that matter. I don't think we're going to be seeing Velvet Ham. I think it's going to be cut, and it might not even. But I do have to confirm. I think you guys might have already confirmed it with reviews, but we did see Atriox in the first season.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We did.
They confirmed that. They confirmed that later on after, but that was Atriox. The first brute that we see with the hammer in season 1 was Atriox. Why?
It wasn't in the subtitles. I remember. I think they tagged one of his lines with his name.
Yeah.
That he acts so much more like Tartarus because by this time in the war, 2552, Atriox he's out. He's done. He's already started the Banished.
Yeah. But they don't care about that. Yeah.
I repeat my question. Why are you coming from a position of common sense and lore, like rigidity? We already know this show has neither.
Because I'm capable of reading and I like to meme people.
Well,
to be honest with you, Lady G, I really enjoy making fun of retards.
Yeah. That's really what it comes to. That's really what it comes down to.
And don't give Hollywood money. Don't fucking do it. Just pirate this shit. Like normal people.
He's not. No, he didn't say that. He said, "Go sail the high seas." Come on, Lethal. Your channel's
no. Pirate this shit. Put a fucking dent in them. Steal it all, and be fucking proud about it. It's morally the right thing to do.
I tried, yo. I tried.
So good.
None of this fucking homosexual fucking. I'm watching it so you don't have to bullshit. Now fuck that right off. We're doing this. We're doing this properly.
He ain't joking, man. Life gets a lot easier when you own a cigar boat.
Disparu, you got a dip, mate. It's like 4:30 in the morning.
Yes, it is. I've been on streams all day. Well, yeah, fun as always. Well, as much as it can be when you're talking about this show. Oh, I have been like, look, my reviews come out tomorrow. Depending how it does, if it does as I expect, it'll probably be the last one I do on this because I can't imagine there's much desire to watch reviews of this show anymore.
I don't know. Your Willow reviews did fantastic.
Yeah, but that's on a different level than this. Like, there are some shows which are funny bad, and this is just bad. Like, that's one of the things.
Oh, right. Anyway, subscribe to Disparu, or I'll fucking send a picture of my dong to your mum.
Can't pump, yeah.
Well. Thanks, Disparu. It's good to speak to you again, dude.
We'll see you. Bye.
Take care, mate.
Take care, buddy.
Bye. Oh, well, we got 10 minutes left. Not even 10 minutes. Let's push through this gay shit. Actually, before we do that, Gravy, speaking of gay shit.
Thank you. Very gay, Gravy.
Thank you, Gravy, for the homosexual jihad. Appreciate that. And something that couldn't be any less fucking straight is Miss Martin Musis. She sends a rose. Thank you very much, Miss Martin Musis. Appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for being here. All right, let's push through the rest of this crap. What happens next? Oh, yes. It turns out that it was fucking Ackerson all along, and I think we're supposed to act surprised.
Shock.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Like, also, why would you do this? Is as stupid as Kingpin still being alive at the end of the first episode. Like why would you do this reveal on episode 2? Why would you waste it?
It's just so obvious. It's like, so they're bleeding out of their nose like the clones, the Flash clones.
Yeah.
How many people are in the show that would know about that? And they even directly mentioned that he knew Halsey pretty well and was a bit of a competitor to her. Who else could it fucking be?
Yeah.
That's it. They ain't starting with a big haystack, throwing that needle in there.
There's nothing quite like a twist reveal that just falls flat.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's what.
Oh wow, what a surprise! And you're like, no, not really though.
Most of this show, most of this first 2 episodes is pretty much what it is. These payoffs that fall flat, these small reveals that just fall flat because they don't do the build up to it. They just immediately go to the payoff.
Mm-hmm. And there's a baddie MILF Halsey over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Karen Cortana. What the fuck? What? I remember watching the trailer going, oh, that must be some other AI. No.
Yeah.
No.
Looks closer to the Infinite, the weapon.
It looks more like the weapon, yeah. Except way more Karen.
Yeah. Them crazy eyes. I mean, when you see the whites, when you can start seeing the whites in the eyes.
It's fucking bizarro shit. Are we still calling it the Karen haircut? Is that still what it's called?
I don't know. I just know that...
It goes over on the side. It doesn't like, I don't know. The original Karen haircut was like a lot of frontal or something.
Yeah. So the
big bang
it's a
in the
pixie.
front.
Yeah, it was the pixie back and the heavy bang in the front was the OG Karen haircut. And I think it was called that because like wasn't it John and Kate +8 or some shit? And someone called her Karen. It was like a Karen, like whatever the fuck, but like that haircut where it's like the pixie with the really heavy bang.
I don't know how they got Jen Taylor to come back for this shit, man. How much money are they throwing at her?
Yeah.
She just got to probably just sit on her ass and
that's
walk
it.
sit her ass at home, and she's probably got a little in studio in a closet somewhere there. Takes her nothing.
So this is them. Cortana's pretty much telling them there's like a 97% chance that the Covenant's already on Reach, and you're fucked. Like, we're gonna lose this. That's pretty accurate. I'll give them that. There is no way that UNSC can win, but I've seen some people speculate that they might change it and actually have UNSC push off the Covenant from Reach.
What?
Yeah.
Be really fucking stupid.
I've seen some theories floating around about that.
Everything is stupid.
Yeah,
everything is awful.
It'd be just another thing that they change that fucks them over in the long run.
Yeah, like you are not smart. You're not smarter than the games. You're not smarter than the authors of the novels. You're clearly not smarter than your audience. So like, why are you still doing this?
Granted, it is just a theory, but how would that even work? So they're going to chase the Covenant off Reach and follow the Covenant to the first Halo ring?
Why would the Covenant allow themselves to be chased towards a Halo ring, one of the most sacred freaking objects in their entire religion?
Yeah.
That Chief has already, that Master Cheeks has already defiled.
They had sex on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Betrayal.
Reach has to fall. It doesn't happen without Reach.
It doesn't have to. They've changed the whole fucking timeline. Find a new story to talk about.
This is going to be, even if it does fall, this will be the third telling of Reach, of the fall of Reach.
Yeah. And this will be the worst one.
Worst one.
Yeah.
And the other two are not great. Like, let's be real.
Fall of Reach is pretty good.
Fall of Reach was kind of caught up in orbit for most of the story that we were listening to. That was the issue.
Yeah.
At least with the second story, we got a little more on the ground. It just wasn't your guy. It wasn't the guys that everybody knew and loved. We just got a little bit of a retconning in that.
And it didn't make sense, like time-wise and all that.
It would make sense if it wasn't Cortana as the package, but Forerunner information. Not Cortana herself. If it was Forerunner information that was provided to give to Cortana that actually gives her the ability to access the Forerunner technology like she did in Halo 1, just like that. I know originally it was the Forerunners were supposed to be ancient humans. Yeah, and then they changed that at sometime in between 1 and 2. But yeah, if that one little change, if the package is not Cortana herself, It's the Forerunner information that allows them to go through that. So with that small change, everything works fine.
But
as far as
doesn't
I see.
Reach fall way quicker in Fall of Reach as opposed to Halo Reach? Like, in
Yeah.
Halo Reach, it's more of a battle.
Well, they had a little bit of inconsistencies with the dates, and that was at fault of Bungie. And
yeah,
not
Bungie did it
keeping
out of spite.
Oh yeah, they didn't like a. Oh, Nyland was there?
Bungie
Oh,
did
that
it out
was
of spite, yeah.
out of spite on Island.
Because fucking they hated the Fall of Reach book because I think people just kept referencing it when they were talking about Halo, and they were like, "Fuck that, we'll make our own."
Hey,
Yikes.
my
Did you know
it's the physical copy of the Halo books I have still. It's the Fall of Reach.
Marty O'Donnell, right, the composer, apparently in Halo 3, he wanted to have Miranda turn against Chief. And they told him to shut the fuck up and get back in the recording room, pretty much.
That's amazing.
The whole thing was going to be like, fucking Miranda was going to be jealous that Halsey treated John as more of a child than she did to her own daughter.
Damn.
Is
Was it
this where they
Jason?
got
Oh,
the
my
ideas
bad,
for
my bad.
this? Oh, Jason Jones. Okay.
343 fucked up story real good. See, I agree, but Halo Reach does a lot of damage. And that's purely out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree on that, but let's move on and go on with the rest of this trash.
And then, I don't know, I guess remember in season 1, he didn't know how to use a computer? Well, now he's pretty good.
Because it's Cortana in a meat suit.
Yeah, Cortana left a little bit of her essence in him.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say?
Oh, man.
I respect
And
that.
then, yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good. And then they go to Visigan Relay, which is the first mission of the Halo Reach game. So that's where they're going to encounter the Covenant over there. And then just as another little, in my opinion, a member berry, they go to Sword Base, which is another prominent location. Yeah, which is another prominent location in fucking the game. So it says Sword Base there. And this is the only time we get a fight scene, and it's very short. Yes, he gets a hallway scene.
It's so freaking dumb. I don't know, Lady Gravemaster, you're the military expert on this, but why would a squad leader send first squad into a dark room, get all shot up, get all bladed up and killed, then just send second squad right after while sitting in his position the whole time watching this happen? Like, where is the freaking military logic behind this?
There is, unless you wanted them dead.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're trying to get them killed. Yeah,
you want them dead. So there are instances where this happens because the like stuff that they've declassified stuff over the years. Like they've literally sent like I don't know how many of you guys know what you guys know about like the Frozen Reservoir and like the Frozen Chosen. But like they sent those Marines in to die because they wanted to do to Korea what they did to Japan. And then the Marines didn't die. So they had to extract the Marine. They pulled the Marines out. And a bunch of those Marines got blowback because they didn't die like they were supposed to. Because it was 1 battalion of Marines against like 40 units of just communist fuckers. So there are instances where you send in one team and they get put in a kill box. So you send in a second team to try and like they're supposed to be recon and recovery, and then they get killed in the kill box, and now you have cause that you can point at it as like a massacre and say, see, they like this is what they do, this is who they are, they're evil, let's go get them. So tactically, if that's what you're trying to do, it makes sense. In this situation, it's because he's an idiot.
Like people were saying in the chat, how come none of these guys seem to have flashlights?
Yeah,
because plasma sword.
Flashlights? Oh, flashlights. Gotcha. No.
At best,
you're not talking about the popcorn bucket from Dune, yo.
At best, they're just.
Sorry, go on.
At best, they're just station guards who just scrounged up the weapons that they could. Like I'm just grasping at straws here,
That's
scraping.
really trying to make this show work.
I know the
Hey,
planet's
man, I know how to
John.
scrape my wood chips, man. I know how
But,
to
like,
scrape the
if
wood chips out of
they're-
a barrel.
If their whole job is to protect Forerunner
You
artifacts,
just got behind one fucking door.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like the logistics of it doesn't make sense. The security of it doesn't. Even if your frontline security guards are just cannon fodder, you would have several other layers of security that are much more like equipped to deal with this and to eliminate threats. Like
Fucking spastic, man.
it's absolutely ridiculous because they wouldn't, especially like Oni, they would not take a Covenant threat. Like the whole reason this thing is locked away is to be kept away from the Covenant. They're not going to take that threat lightly. And yet here they are just pissing it away, basically. Yeah,
dying.
like it doesn't make any sense. The whole scenario is unrealistic.
It's full blown spaz, right? And to tie in with Stanky Pussy's $2 super chat. Speaking of Stanky Pussy, this is when we get the reveal that Mackie has somehow returned after we saw her die.
Yeah, isn't she very dead? I mean, Chief's
Super duper
also
dead.
Master Cheeks is also dead, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
no one's ever. Really
Yeah, she got hit center mass from Kai.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last episode, but that's it. It's the 6 month gap. That's it. Soft reboot.
And
Nothing
that's
happening last season.
where it ends.
Everything about this.
I actually think episode 2 was worse than episode 1. Personally,
As I said,
Far
it is 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound can.
Oh, the ticket straight out of the CW's playbook is all feelings and hallways
Mm-hmm.
until the last 2 minutes.
The last 2 minutes was the only action in the whole thing.
Yeah, and it was garbage.
And still nothing. Yeah, like it showed just how weak and ineffective the UNSC is. Like,
Yeah, it just highlights
Yep.
that everyone's a fucking retard.
yeah,
There's a dozen different ways. The way I would have gone through that scene was aftermath, showing clips and scenes of the massacre that the elites caused throughout the hallways and leading it all the way up to then bring the next shot over behind the vault door where you're hearing all the sound and action actually happening between, on the other side of the door. And then that's when when it all stops, it's all quiet for a second. That's when the elite or Jirohane with a big gravity hammer busts the freaking the vault door open. That would have been amazing. And then she just walks in with the grace that she likes to walk in, and that would have done such a better job. And leave it at that for people to realize that she's alive, and that would be your hook for the next episode.
So
give me a job, Hollywood. I'm writing this shit for you.
Speaking of next,
that's why they're not going to give you a job.
Yeah.
Before we start to wind down, let's check out the preview for episode 3, shall we?
We have to.
Yes, you have to.
Right. I guess someone has to. All right.
Super excited about
It
this.
hurts the
That's not playing, is it?
soul.
Is that just a black screen for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's play button ain't going off.
That's strange. All right, fuck it. We'll do it this way.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
What the hell was that? I don't know. I've never heard anything like it.
I have.
Well,
It's not just a sound.
What is it?
Prayer.
Stand down! I know what I saw. You had a delusion.
Chief was just doing what he thought was right.
Well, that's what concerns me.
We're not built to sit around and wait.
Move.
They're already here, aren't they?
Wow, that says absolutely nothing.
You're right there, John.
Oh, we're just gonna get. Well, I'm expecting we're gonna get this build up just for garbage. It's gonna be a poor episode. In the last few minutes in the next episode, we're gonna get the little action that we were hoping to get that we got out of the end of Winter Contingency and Halo Reach. when fighting, first person, get the zealot and all that jazz. And it sucks. Yeah, it sucks because this is like some of my greatest, most favorite moments in for Halo, the Reach series, and we're going right through it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yay. Well,
God, man.
There you go. It's a piece of shit. Fuck this show. It's gay.
What can you do?
Meme.
Yep.
Meme the fuck out of it.
Meme that, like Sun Tzu said, meme them till they cry, and then meme them for crying.
Why the fuck would... How is Jacob Keyes saying that Chief is delusional? Like, of everything that pisses me off in that preview...
You know why.
That makes me the most angry.
You know why he knows. You know why we know. We've already told you already.
Oh, that's it. Another plot inconsistent. They'll take Perez's word over Master Chief's. They'll take everybody, literally anybody else's word over Master Chief's.
But I suppose that's what happens when you fuck a Covenant spy.
Yeah, and we're supposed to
and
see this
didn't
guy
get a foot job.
That's
the problem. Yeah. You saw that. There was no foot action happening
He's
in
so,
that scene.
Like, I've had really bad leadership, and he's not someone I would follow into a firefight. Like, he is unhinged. I would not feel confident following him into any kind of situation. Like, this is the dude you have to lean on. Like, no.
Yeah. He took the magic pill out of his butt, and now he's gone crazy.
Before he even took the magic pill out of his butt, he wasn't a great leader. But now he's a fucking teenager going through puberty on steroids who has a fucking plasma weapon. Like, that's essentially where we're sitting.
Yeah.
Homosexual jihad, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Yippee.
The most homosexual jihad. Yeah.
All right, let's wind this bitch down. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Super chats, new members, the lurkers, even the people commenting, even fucking D-Day Direwolf. You're all great. Not so much D-Day. You're a slut. But everyone else, you're pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Lady G, anything you want to plug?
My review of these 2 episodes should be out tomorrow. I hate everything about this because it's just the epitome of everything wrong with Hollywood, and they take the absolute worst stereotypes and try to glorify them. And I'm done. I'm over it. I want strong, masculine men who take action and actually do stuff that fucking matters, and don't bitch and whine and cry every 5 seconds about how hard it is to be a man. And I would like some actually like fun shit to happen. So there you go. There's my blurb.
Boom.
Thank you.
Mike?
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter, _epic_Mike. Catch me on Kick. I'm gonna be rocking some streams on YouTube pretty soon here as well. So keep your eye on YouTube. As always, keep your eye on Epicverse. We dropped a pretty awesome teaser that the Aussies were very kind enough to watch. I also hired Mazza for the shortest tenure that anyone has had at Epicverse. It was about 15 seconds.
You wanted that Guinness.
Yeah,
you wanted that world record.
Yeah, so we have that now. But yeah, go check those out. And then keep your eye. Come back next week because we're going to keep talking about this show until one of us dies from an aneurysm.
Which will probably be John.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, John. I actually wasn't expecting a face reveal.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. I was thinking during the day, well, why the fuck not? I'd throw my face up. I haven't been up on YouTube since 2008, so it was nice to have my face up on YouTube again. But yeah, I'm not a content creator like any of these fine fuckers here, but you can find me hanging around in either the Discords or at the John Connors on Twitter. I'm all over the place for that. Thanks for having me on. It was a great pleasure to actually talk about the show and all the nonsense in between. Thanks again.
Nah, thanks for coming on, John. I hope you can come back next week, man.
I hope so too, but unfortunately, like I told you, it kind of falls right, like at this certain time, it falls right into something that I've already been like dedicated to, and I'm not, I'm already committed to that there, and I want to stick to my commitments.
That's cool. We'll play it by
Yeah.
ear. We'll play it by
Gotcha.
ear. We're all good. We're all good.
I really like you, John. You should come back whenever you can because Mike's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we established some very important narratives early on in the show, so we can come back to them later. So
Honestly, it's a freaking privilege just to come on here with people I've been watching for years about, just for whichever content, from you and Josiah with your epic verse and following you guys, the Geeks and Gamers. I've been following Geeks and Gamers since Jeremy still had time for the High Council. I'll say that as much.
Oh, snap. Well,
Yeah,
I'm humbled. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to have a fan out here talking about stuff. And listen, man, I respect the hell out of you for trying to make this show work for you. He's right, man. Whew.
Yeah, first time
35
face
years
cam.
without a foot job, John. That's all you got to know.
Yeah.
When people say, "What was your first stream with your face on?" You can say it was 35 years without a foot job.
Yeah.
We go a bit crazy. All right. But on that note, thank you so much, everybody. I have all my normal fucking bullshit, which is going to be good times. And we'll see you all later.
Bye. Chat.
I'm Gabe. And I have brain damage.